Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Pick a Card general reading. I'm so unbelievably happy to be back behind the camera filming again. I've taken the whole week to recover. I wasn't expecting to get sick. I don't think anybody is, but I'm back and I'm so excited to be able to offer part 2 to the Who Is Your Soulmate reading. I haven't done any soulmate readings on my channel before, which I thought was super bizarre, very strange. So today's reading is even more exciting. It's not only part 2 to the Who Is Your Soulmate series, but there is going to be an extended reading today as well. And the extended reading is going to be up on Patreon. The extended reading will be getting more channeled messages. I will be writing like a handwritten channeled note as well. I haven't done those in ages, so I'm going to be offering that in the extended, and we're going to get more 18 plus stuff. Now I say more because in your reading today we are going to be getting some 18 plus messages. I'm going to start by telling you what your soulmate's first impression of you is with these cards. I've already pre-picked these gem oracle cards for each of the group, and we're going to ask Spirit what your soulmate's first impression is. I'm going to be getting information around what your soulmate might do for work, and also how they may impact your life as well, and what may change due to them coming into your life as well. We're also going to be getting some hints around what your intimate moments will be like, what that little bit of 18 plus stuff. I'm not going to get too heavy into it because I don't want to get overly censored over here on YouTube. We're going to delve deeper in the extended for that one. But that is what we have to look forward to. Speaking of the groups, we have 4 of them today. I've picked a beach theme again. I can't get away from it. And I've been watching Jalissa's messages a lot. And she identifies as a mermaid and got these new fish recently. So I think like the beach theme has just been really drilled into my psyche at the moment. But group 1, if you wish to pick this group, the object that may help you is this beautiful piece of coral. It's very small, but Lord, is it powerful. I just found this hiding in the rocks. I wasn't expecting to find it, and then I was like, that has to come home with me. Group 2, if you wish to choose this group, the object is clear raw quartz. So this quartz has not been polished. It is completely raw. Also, I did paint my nails while I was healing, but they're not good. They're not very, look at that. That's a bit rough. I painted them and then I went to bed, and you can see where like the blankets were just mutilating the nail polish. Anyway, sorry, group 3. If you choose this beautiful shell, then this is going to be your reading, group 3. I love this shell. I mean, listen, I only share the objects that I actually like with you guys, the objects that I think are going to resonate with our community. So they all serve a special purpose in my daily life. That's group 3's object, that beautiful shell. Group 4, you have this beautiful piece of quartz / rock / stone that I found in the ocean. And on the other side, it has this interesting sort of, I don't know, calcification, I guess. It's just been weathered away and almost started growing a whole different mineral on that side, which is super interesting. So that's group 4's object. If you need more time to figure out which of these 3 groups you're feeling most called to, I definitely recommend that you pause the video now. Otherwise, timestamps are down below, as well as the bonus songs. So when you know which group you belong to, click on your timestamps and join me in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome. If you chose this beautiful piece of coral, then this is going to be your reading. So group 1, today's reading is an extension of the Who Is Your Soulmate part 1 video. We're going to be doing part 2 today. I'm going to be looking into your soulmate's first impressions of you. We're going to look at what they might do as their career, as their job at the time that you meet them. And we're also going to have a look at how your soulmate may impact or change your life, and I'll be getting some 18 plus messages. I am also going to have an extended to your reading. I'll be getting more channeled messages in the extended. I'm also going to be getting a handwritten note, as in I'm going to handwrite it, channeling the energy of your soulmate, and we'll see what comes through. I haven't done that for a while. And we're also going to get more 18 plus messages. I keep saying it because I'm reminding myself as well. I haven't written any of this down, so I'm hoping that I'll remember it all. All right, so starting your reading, let's have a look at your soulmate's first impression of you. Wow, we have the malachite coming out, group 1. This is really interesting. This is actually quite passionate energy. Yes, it has the earth energy behind this gem, but with the number 26, your Jupiter energy over here and the sacral chakra down here, as well as that pose, like, are you joking? Your soulmate is going to be instantly attracted to you, group one. There's no energy of I need to win this person over. Your person is going to find you very attractive. Their instant energy of you is that potentially you have a very outgoing personality, or you may just present as someone who's super passionate, very creative. You have this energy of you're very warm, like you're easy to talk to, or you seem to be easy to talk to, but there's a slight intimidating energy here because they do find you so attractive. I almost feel like that your soulmate sees you as someone who is quite lucky with this Jupiter's energy, but they almost have to like shoot their shot to be a part of your life. Like I'm getting that they may need to risk something to be a part of your life. Like they gotta kind of go out on a limb here to be a part of your life. I don't know why, but that's coming through. Let's see what the message from the book says as well, because I love reading them. I find that it usually resonates with the reading as well. So for number 26, Malachite, the message is, although we live daily in a tranquil and routine manner, each moment seems to be intense and adventurous. The difference comes from our perspective on things, which at this time is full of surprise and amazement. It also feels like we have gone back to being a child when everything was a discovery and a joy. It's such a beautiful energy, this card, and I do think that you're someone who brings your soulmate a lot of warmth instantly. You may say something or do something that reminds them of their childhood in a positive way. Like you just have this beautiful warmth about you. And I definitely see travel here, obviously with Jupiter, but with that message as well. There's this energy of travel. So there is potentially this energy of your soulmate's first impression of you is that you are well traveled, or you seem to be traveling from somewhere or to somewhere. You could just look very different to your soulmate, for example, and they might just ask you about your background. I just kind of get travel is somewhat of a first impression. It's very important here for you to figure out who your soulmate is. Now with the number 26, I definitely see that your soulmate's energy around you when they first meet you is that you seem to just instantly bring them this sense of comfort and harmony, and they feel an instant connection with you. This is the like instantly attracted group. I want to say love at first sight, but I think that there's a lot more passion there for it to be love. It's lust at first sight, and then I do see that through getting to know each other further, there seems to be more of an emotional connection as well. But this person is attracted to you from the get-go. So let's have a look at what your soulmate might do for work. Let's understand how that might help us identify who they are. If you haven't seen part 1, I recommend that you go and look at that video as well. There's a lot more information in that video. This is the part 2 series. Now, Group 1 spirit, what does their soulmate do for work at the time that they're going to meet Group 1? Oh, okay. They might be between jobs with the High Priestess coming out. This person might be very secretive, or they might just have a lot of freelance work. They might be trying to do their own business. With the Two of Wands, they seem to have options and opportunities. They could work at a distance from you. Everything is fine tells me that they don't like the situation that they're in when it comes to their work when they meet you, and they're trying to get into something that they like doing. I feel like this person has a compassionate side. They might like to do charity work on the side. Maybe that's where their heart is, but their job when you meet them isn't where their heart is. We feel justice coming out here to kind of convince. There's this feeling of like humanitarian. I feel like this person does something for the good of others when you're meeting them. They may want to help others, but it feels like they have to go through a process in order to do this. Like they could be finalizing something in the legal system in order to do this. They could be, for example, you know how when you're studying law, you have to take a vow or a pledge or something in court in order to be accepted as a lawyer in that state. I don't know if that's the case in every country, but that's the case in Australia. It kind of feels like they are passionate about something and they want to, like they're at the end of a really tough cycle of getting towards what they really want to do, but at the time that you meet them, they seem to be between doing that and starting something fresh here. Like they kind of seem to almost be between jobs or trying to get to a better place. Like they could just be finishing a long period of studying, for example, or like a long internship or a part-time job that they had since they were a teenager, and it just got them through and now they're trying to educate and get to the next level. It feels like they're finalizing something very formal here. I also want to say with the Page of Pentacles that they could still be a student at the time that you're meeting them. They could still be learning and trying to progress in that way. I kind of feel like this person may be the kind of person that has many different careers in their lifetime. Like they may be the jack of all trades, as they say. They may be the kind of person who seems to switch careers very quickly. The Page of Pentacles says they're definitely invested in something, and they could be learning how to be something more than they currently are. I kind of feel like this is the kind of person who may be wanting to work towards owning their own business, but they just need to like get the more formal versions of their like certifications ticked by legal standards, if that makes sense. They definitely seem to be trying to achieve more when it comes to their education. With the Four of Wands reversed, there is this energy of trying to create stability, but I feel like they're not stable when it comes to their work when you move in, when you come into their life. Apparently you guys are moving in. With the Four of Wands here, it may be that they work away from home. Like they could be a fly in, fly out situation. They could be needing to live in somewhat of an, I want to say unstable. Like there's something about this energy where they seem to travel. They're showing me the Six of Wands now, and the Knight of Cups is under that. So it's like their heart is invested in something that they want success in, but they have to compromise their stability in order to achieve it. Like this person has to do something outside of like a comfort zone in order to do this. And it may just mean that they need to travel away from home in order to do this. They need to leave home early for some of you in order to do this. And it's a really long, tough cycle. In hindsight, it isn't that long at all, but the Ten of Swords coming out is telling me that this person really just knuckles down and like gets through it. And almost like not a lot of people know just how difficult it is for them. They seem to internalize a lot of it. I'm getting that this person prioritizes achievements over like social situations. So I'm kind of getting this feeling of like this person scrolling on social media trying to keep up with their friends because they don't have a lot of time to be there as much as they wish they could. They're so invested in their success and this endeavor, and it makes them very difficult. It makes it difficult for them to keep up with the people that they care about. With everything is fine here, it's almost like they put on the brave face and pretend that they're okay because they know that their own actions have led them to feeling isolated. They almost feel like they're betraying the people in their lives earlier on. Especially at the time that you come into their lives, because they have to be in this transition period of trying to figure out what's best for them, but they see how this path is taking them away from the people that they care about, for example. So what else was I going to ask for you guys? How does your soulmate change your life? Let's ask about that. I want to get, actually we'll get these cards. How does your soulmate change your life? How does Group 1 soulmate influence their life? How does Group 1 soulmate influence their life? We have the box. Okay, that's exciting. They get you out of your box, Spirit is saying. How does Group 1 soulmate influence their life? We have the Siren. Okay, that's very, okay, goodness. Your person was showing up as a High Priestess, very intuitive, very secretive, very mysterious. And now you're showing up as a mysterious, secretive person. We have the Creator here. This card doesn't come out willy-nilly for me. It's a very rare card. So is the Maiden at the moment. There was a period there when that card would come out so much, and now it hardly ever comes out. I feel like we need to keep the womb at the bottom here. So listen, you have a very feminine energy in terms of your soulmate. Whether you define yourself as masculine or feminine, your soulmate helps you get more in touch with your more feminine side in terms of the creativity, in terms of the inspiration, in terms of your ability to create full stop. It's like this beautiful energy of Midas touch comes out of you. I really do feel like your soulmate has a very protective energy of you, because I'm being shown the Destroyer at the bottom of this deck, and the Destroyer is an entirely protective energy at the moment for me. Every time I see that card, the number 23, it's just this feeling of like, I need to protect this delicate thing. And I feel like your soulmate's energy isn't overtly masculine, but they do inspire you to be more feminine. They inspire your creativity, they inspire your passion, they inspire your nurturing ability. And there's almost, for some of you, there is this feeling of children. So I don't know if you already have children before you meet them, or if children become a part of your future because of them. But there is a strong energy of creation here, and knowing your abilities to create in every sense of the word. Whether you are more career orientated, family orientated, it feels like you switch because of this person. You may have been all about the family before, and now you're more invested in career success, not because of the money, but because of your passion for creation. You create something in your career. If you are more career orientated, this person comes in and makes you want a family, makes you want that side, because you know that you can create that, and it's all a part of creating and being passionate about this process for you. The box tells me that this person does protect you, but they also give you this energy of like, the limit does not exist. This box is here to protect us, but we are still free to create. And I almost feel like this person helps you break out of something. Like they help you break out of a limited mentality potentially, or just a way that you perceived your life. Your soulmate is so protective, and yet it feels like they help you be more courageous and risky. I don't know why, but that's the energy that I'm getting. With the siren over here, you have a mysterious energy about you. There's a feeling as though your soulmate changes your life by kind of instilling a level of confidence and maybe helping you hone in on the things that you want to focus on. Potentially your energy was feeling a bit scattered before you met your soulmate, and when they enter your life, I see that what changes is that you become more sort of tunnel vision towards your goals. It feels like you really know how to pull things in. Your manifestation skills seem to be enhanced because you know what to focus on and what not to focus on. And the key part of manifestation is setting that intention, making your actions clear, and then sort of releasing the parts that you cannot, surrendering that part of the process. Surrendering the parts that you can't control. And I feel like you have this system down pat to the point where your levels of creation seem to elevate, like your circumstances seem to elevate. You maybe become more creative in terms of like your skill set. But I also just feel like the way that you live is so much more enriching. And I know that this sounds so like, wow, that's a dream. That would be nice. But honestly, that's what I'm feeling here. This is the number 22 as well, which may be significant for you. I'll talk about numbers after this. I do certainly feel with the creator here, there is something super significant about this person coming in and almost bringing light back into your life, bringing color back into your life. Some of you may have been just feeling really boxed in, really caged, really dark, really black and white, just bored, you know, like was this what I'm supposed to do? There must be more to this provincial life. And it feels like this person helps you see that within yourself. I was getting like Midas touch energy. What you touch turns to gold, because all of a sudden you have passion again. All of a sudden you're inspired again. All of a sudden you have a desire again. And it's like your desire is to create. With the maiden here, there is a very alluring energy around you. And I see this person getting you more in touch with your passionate side, which in turn leads to your sexuality. This person really just helps you feel cherished and adored and treasured. And there is a true energy here of like wanting to care for you. And I see that because this person cares and adores you, group one, they create that energy within you again. It's not to say that you never had it, but it was almost like you were very careful about who you gave this energy to. And this person coming in, it helps you want to be like this again. It helps you want to nurture things and want to cherish things and want to adore things and want to pay extra attention to yourself. Like you actually want to look at yourself in the mirror again. Some of you struggled to do that before this person came in. You actually feel like you love yourself again in every sense of the word, and you want to share that part of yourself with other people. I really get a sense of self-empowerment here, but I get a strong, heavy emphasis on you sharing that with others. Like you're not wanting to keep this to yourself. You're someone who has this nurturing energy of wanting to create for the purpose of sharing with others. The womb here is really just solidifying all of these messages about you really just becoming this creator, this cultivator of energy and life. And you really know how to manifest after this person comes into your life. They really show you how to tap into this side of you. Again, whether you usually define yourself as a divine masculine, this person unlocks that divine feminine ability to create and to use that inspiration, that desire, that passion to create something. So I certainly feel that being the main emphasis in how your person changes you, how your soulmate changes your life. I'm just going to pull some charms now before we go ahead. What else can you tell us about Group 1's soulmate and how they influence Group 1's life? Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Let us get them out. So first of all, you guys are going to spend a lot of time traveling, maybe because of this person's work. We know that they seem to be quite transient and transitional when you first come into their life, but I see this person inspiring you to want to get out more. They really help you get out of something that you felt stuck in, and that could be what the bus is talking about as well. London could be significant because that is a London double-decker bus. This person helps you see things clearly. They bring a level of clarity to your life that helps you stay focused and motivated towards the things that matter to you. I certainly feel a sense of drive within you, but although you seem to have that, it's a more like you're more focused on the passion, the inspiration. Like, yes, you have the ability to pull this off, but this person gives you that desire to want to do this. It's not about I'm doing this because I can and I will. It's about I'm doing this because I want to, because I'm passionate about it, because I'm inspired to do this, and because I need a creative source of expressing this. So it's really, really like deep and almost primal, like this energy of like, I have this and I want to share this, and I can't believe that it's taken me this long to know this about myself. This rock energy that's coming out over there, it's also giving me this energy of stability. I feel like your soulmate is someone that you can rely on. I feel like they are a very strong support for you, and they come to be someone that seems to be your rock. Like there's an energy here of without them, you may not have been able to achieve these things. That's how you perceive their presence in your life. Now, the first charm that came out for me was this, and I did know that it was going to come out because this person helps you express a part of yourself with this bottle top opening. I see that the two of you are going to have a lot of fun together. They seem to be like primarily your biggest sort of fan and support person, and a really close confidant and friend. But I also just see that like this person is someone who helps you express yourself. They help you see and embrace those parts of yourself that you may have potentially struggled to see and embrace in the past. They honestly come across as someone who is very good at listening, and I also feel like the two of you are going to have very deep and meaningful conversations, potentially over a couple of beverages, you know. Alcohol could be involved in that process. Now, with the oyster shell landing over the High Priestess, I see that this person is very good at keeping secrets. They again come across as a very good confidant, and I see you kind of telling them things that you haven't told anybody else, and they really honor this as well. They seem to be someone that really respects you and honors you. With Kirk piping up, what I'm kind of getting is that this person may take a long time to come forward with their feelings. They may just really treasure your presence, and they may really look up to you, so it takes them a little while to open up to you with that oyster shell. Now we have the ring over here landing on malachite, so I see that this person is very invested in building a strong connection with you. Group 1, they seem to really want to, they feel bonded to you from the beginning. Like there is that instant recognition energy, but they also just want to build that strong connection with you initially. There's a strong emphasis on like building this. I see with the Creator and the Messenger charm here that your soulmate may help you write down something quite important. Like you may write a book because of this person coming into your life. You may write an important piece of literature for this person to come into your life. This landed on the Creator charm, so potentially your soulmate comes in and really just helps you release and talk about some things that you didn't feel comfortable expressing and talking about before. It's almost like they help you see things from a different perspective. A painful or traumatic situation is almost more easily understood after this person comes into your life. You feel comfortable in talking about it, writing about it, and really getting it out in a healthy way, expressive way, colorful way. For some of you, it involves painting, not writing. Now, with this beautiful, precious charm, this is like my sacral chakra energy. So it's confirming more of that sort of passion, that desire, that creative energy. It's also confirming the sacredness of this energy. Like there's a strong feeling of your person just cherishes and adores you, and they're very, very loyal. Like they stand by you They want to protect you. There's a strong energy of like, I need to look after this person. They are my person. And even if it takes them a while to truly open up to you and tell you how they feel about you, I see that this person is very invested in your success and they are a strong ally from the beginning. Now, with this other precious charm and the can opener here, this is telling me that the two of you could have had a past life connection, and there may be recognition of that when they first come into your life. They may say something to you that like you almost anticipate them saying. I'm hearing that the two of you may finish each other's sentences, for example. This is somebody who may just really you feel at home with them. As soon as you meet them, you feel at home with them. There's a familiarity here of wanting to treasure each other. You can't really explain it. It's just you click. And that's usually what happens with a soulmate. But I also feel like they treasure you and they really honor you. I almost feel like this person can't tell you in words how much you mean to them. So they do everything they can to show you. And I also get that this person is very sexual. So that's why they bring out their sexual energy in you, because that could be one of their main love languages. They're this kind of person that loves like touching and holding and kissing and just being very close and intimate. I also see that again, this person is helping you release things, open things up that you struggle to open up to with other people, like topics that almost seem taboo to you. You feel comfortable doing this with your person. I also feel like this person may inspire you to do something with your lifestyle that you never thought you would do before. Could be a lifestyle change, like maybe you go plant-based, or maybe you try keto diets, or maybe you decide that you want to live in a part of the world that you never thought you would live in because of this person. Something about your lifestyle changes with them as well. We have the ring charm coming out again. So we had one before that was talking about that instant recognition. For this to be over the maiden, I see this person like very quickly almost proposing to you. Like after they confess their feelings for you, this person is just going to be like, you're my person. Like I know now, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to tell you, but like I would literally elope with you in 6 months. Like if that would... That's how sure I am. Like there's this strong energy of like, I'm yours, you're mine. And I do think that intimacy is what brings your connection to another level, because once they have you like that, they just know like that's my person. Now we also have the amethyst charm coming out to confirm a strong intuitive connection. We know with the high priestess that your person is intuitive. They could do something related to spirituality for work. That they have to do something that their heart is invested in. That's the kind of person that they are. And I see that the two of you are going to have a very intuitive connection as well. The two of you are going to recognize and see each other as well, even if it takes this person a little while to be honest about that. So I want to get some sexual messages to close your reading. What is group one's first time? No, excuse me. What are we saying? Oh, yeah. What are the intimate moments with your soulmate going to be like? What is group one's sex life with their soulmate going to be like? What is group one's sex life with their soulmate going to be like? What is group one's sex life with their soulmate? Oh, you guys got the devil? Excuse me? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, my Lord. Oh, sometimes being this intuitive is a little bit of a curse because I feel like I'm invading your privacy, but listen, it's all good things. It's just like you do cherish these special moments together. I can see that. And we have the lovers. That's your bottom deck energy. I will show you each of the cards as I'm talking about it, but underneath the lovers was the 9 of chalices, which tells me that you are your person's true wish fulfillment. They value you. They really cherish you and love you and adore you. And they really just have so much respect. And they can't even put into words how much you mean to them. Are there any other messages about their sex life that you want to show? Okay, thank you. Bottom deck energy is prudence. And honestly, that's what I was feeling. I feel like I'm invading your privacy by talking about this, but y'all clicked on it for a reason. So let's talk about it. Let me just move some of these so that we can... This is such a cute energy though. There is a lot of love and respect and adoration and just like, I'm so incredibly attracted to you and just... Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. All right, so the first card that came out was the Moon. So when it comes to your sex life with your soulmate, group one, It is all about connecting intimately. It is all about expressing things that you struggle to say. And I do feel like, for some reason, fluids are a strong emphasis here. I feel like there is a strong desire to just have each other. And there's almost a primal need in that as well. It is being clarified by the fun card. So what I'm getting throughout multiple cards in your spread is that the two of you really enjoy these private, intimate moments to the point where you create them wherever you can. Like, these two together spells a lot of mischief. For me, with the Devil and Temperance and the Four of Wands reversed, it's this energy of like anywhere. Like, if you give me that look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't care if we're at your grandmother's 90th birthday. We're going to lock ourselves in the bedroom upstairs and we're going to have fun together. It is a feeling of like sharing these intimate, private moments. There's a strong energy on privacy here. You two love doing things with one another that may be a little bit like, ooh, we could never tell our best friends about this. But you honor these moments and you love these moments because it is about connecting in a more deeper level, saying and showing each other, oh, excuse me, that's too excited, showing each other physically how much you mean to one another emotionally. Now, with the wheel over here, the wheel is kind of giving me this energy of anywhere, like literally anywhere. I see that the two of you like to explore each other while you're out and about. So this could be while you're traveling. This could be an energy of like while people are around, but you do it privately because there's no way that you would ever put your person in a compromising position and vice versa. This person would be mortified and so embarrassed with themselves if the two of you got caught. They wouldn't put you in that position. But I do see that you guys do. You guys are out here in a way that is risky with the wheel out here. It feels like any moment, like any good moment. If you look at me like that, you know what's going to happen. We're going to have to go find somewhere somewhat private to steal these moments of intimacy. Your person is really attracted to you, is what's coming through. Really, really attracted to you. No matter how you see yourself, you are your soulmate's ideal person. And when they see you, they just feel you instantly, and they feel like this desire to be with you intimately, instantly. Now, with the Nine of Swords reversed, I'm getting like a lot of late night energy. So like y'all are sleeping, you're dreaming, and then all of a sudden this person just like wakes you up with like kisses and gentle strokes. With Perseverance here, I feel like this is an all-nighter energy. Like maybe you guys were intimate before bed and then you go to sleep and this person wakes you up in the middle of the night with the Nine of Swords reversed. There's an energy of doing it while it's still dark and like you're sleepy, but like you're keen, clearly. I also feel like you guys just dream about each other a lot. Like you have really intense sex dreams of your soulmate a lot as well. And that could be a big hint as to who they are if you haven't come together yet, because I feel like this starts before you're even actually intimate with each other. Now with the Devil coming out with Harmony, how ironic. We have the Devil and the Lovers card coming out. The Devil in reverse with Harmony upright. I don't read reversals in the Destiny cards anyway, but Harmony and the Devil card is telling me that there is a feeling of this person pushing you to your limits and potentially vice versa. Like I'm getting that you do things with this person that you maybe haven't done with other lovers. This person really just makes you feel like incredible. There's nothing that you wouldn't do for them. So I do feel like your boundaries are pushed. If you said you wouldn't do something with somebody else, you're going to want to do it with them because they just make you feel so good about yourself. And there is a high level of respect and trust. Like this is someone who you trust to do these things with, whereas other people potentially you didn't. I also just feel like the insane level of chemistry here. You don't even need to talk to each other. You guys just know each other so well without even saying anything. There's that energy of like, if you look at me like that, then you know what's going to happen. Like you guys just read each other's body language so well. I'm also getting like playful energy behind this, like a playful little bit of BDSM, for example, but like a playful bratty energy. Like the submissive isn't really submissive in this energy. They're being very bratty and the dom's just kind of like letting it slide. I really feel like there's this energy of really pushing each other to each other's limits and doing it in a safe way. It's not because you want to hurt each other, it's because you trust each other and you know each other so well with Harmony here. You're in perfect harmony. Now, with the Temperance card coming out with humility, temperance and humility, humility is more with the other card, but I do feel a little bit of it here with Temperance reverse. There is this energy of really trying to last. Like, neither of you want this moment to end, but I also see that it's more about, like, it's strange because I don't think that you're here for the orgasm. I think that for you guys being intimate with one another, you and your soulmate, it's more about that journey. It's more about the process of getting there. Like, you don't just have sex for the sake of having sex because someone's frustrated and they need to let out their frustration. It's really just about like having that moment together and making it special and making it last, even if it's just a quick couple of minutes, you know, in that upstairs bedroom that we were talking about over here. Even if it's just a quickie, like, it's still meaningful and it's still about the experience. Like, it's not about, I just need to let out energy because I've had a shitty day at work and I need to feel loved and sex is my love language. Like, it's never going to be like that with this person. They really truly honor you, they respect you, and they want to show that in the way that they make love to you. Even if it's just, you know, quick 2 minutes bent over the counter, like, that's how they go. It's just, you're going to feel completely like connected to them in every stroke, is what I heard. But Temperance reversed is also indicating like this person loves fluids. So I don't know who is the feminine or whether fluids are even a thing, but fluids make this person just, wow, they just love it. They love your smell. They love your fluids, okay? Humility with the Four of Wands reversed is also giving me this energy of privacy. They really do come across as someone like who's like a professional person, like they have some sort of status to them, or they seem to be fairly reserved and chill, but they're actually a freak on the down low. Group one, your soulmate, they honor these moments, and they really, like, it is anywhere, literally. Like, I'm getting for some reason that the two of you may like to do these experimental things when you travel, mostly because of the cleanup. Potentially you're just going to be like, okay, the hotel can clean up that all those fluids now, but you're both really humble people. Like, you don't, there's this humility energy of like being a bit like shy. I don't know why. You two just have that confidence within each other, but like, I don't see you wanting to talk about this with your close friends. The Four of Wands reversed is giving me this energy of like, it's really, really private, and it's something that potentially you haven't done with other people before. And I feel like you both really just honor that about one another. There's so much passion here that potentially this person, like, you guys have book out a whole weekend together, you know, throughout your relationship, and maybe far and few between as life goes on. But you like that. You like to just disappear for the weekend and just, you know, being holed up in a hotel and just having 4 days straight, apparently, where you're just getting to know each other again on that energetic, physical, intimate way, and just sort of not answering calls and not answering emails and pretending that you're not as busy as you truly are. Like, that's the energy here. Now, with the Lovers card and tenderness, there is honestly this strong energy of like just making love to one another. There is so much compassion and tenderness and harmony, and even though it's really fun and exciting and passionate on my days, there's still this energy of like, you're my person and I'm going to love you and cherish you throughout all of this. Like, even though you make me want to just like jump your bones every time you look at me like that, I'm still going to protect you and respect you throughout all of this. I really feel like you guys might like role playing as well. Like, there's an energy here of spicing it up and keeping it fresh and really prioritizing intimacy in your relationship. Even if you have kids, even if life gets the better of you, intimacy is the priority here. So group one, that is your soulmate part 2 reading. Then we covered a lot. We really did. We covered a lot. And I'm going to take this into the extended. On Patreon, we're going to be looking at more channeled messages from the soulmate. It's going to be mostly channeled messages. I have a little handwritten note that I'm going to read as well from your soulmate. And then we're also going to be getting more 18 plus stuff. Anything and everything, because I'm so nosy. So it may not be as long as this reading, but it is just going to be a little bit more specific because the community on Patreon's a lot smaller. If you'd like to join us over there, the link to Patreon is down below. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure reading for you. Such a privilege as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for exchanging your energy, and I can't wait to see you in another video. Bye, Group 1. Hi, Group 2, and welcome. If you chose the Raw Clear Quartz, then this is going to be your part 2 soulmate reading. So Group 2, we have a lot to cover, so I'm going to get right into it. Just a quick reminder that there will be an extended to your reading, but we'll talk about that more at the end. To start your reading, we're going to see what your soulmate's first impression of you is. So let us see what this card reveals. It's so cool. Red Cornelian, number 1, the Sun. And we also have the solar plexus energy down there, as well as that very interesting yoga pose. I feel like your person's first impression of you is that you're a real go-getter. Like, you seem to be the kind of person who is very motivated. You have something that you're working on. When this person sees you for the first time, their first impression of you is that you're starting some sort of new cycle that you're very passionate about. But I feel like it comes more out of determination. Like, you've started a new leaf here. It feels like you're very, very focused on something in particular. And your person sees you as someone who seems to be quite outgoing, or at least very determined. I get this really like strong drive energy, like push, like, yeah, my soulmate can do anything type of energy. That is their first impression of you. It comes from this idea of like, wow, like if they can do it, I can do it. Like, I see your soulmate really looking up to you, and potentially like they see you achieve something very remarkable when they're in your life as well. So let's see what the guidebook has to say, because the guidebook does contain a message for each of these cards, and I personally get a lot out of these messages, so I like to share them with you guys. So the element behind this card is fire as well, so there's just a lot of like focus, a lot of passion, a lot of desire, I want to say, and like just a real sense of drive, like I just got to do this. If I don't do this, I might die type of energy, you know, very determined. So the message behind this card says, at this time, our life seems to be a battleground, and we do not wish to remain passive, but we want to act and be protagonists and creators of our destiny. The Cornelian stone pushes us to use all of our audacity. This card also indicates that a new love is about to come into our life. We must open our heart and let go of any shadow of fear. So a couple of things that I picked up. First of all, when I said audacity, I heard tenacity, so that might be something for someone. Also, this is the red carnelian. I don't know why it's called cornelian here, but I've just started calling it that too. But I also feel like there was this mantra coming into my head, like, I'm the hero in my own story. I'm the hero in my own story. Potentially, this person meets you after you have felt like the victim in your life, after you have kind of taken the back seat and you felt like you weren't the protagonist anymore. You were really in a tough place of feeling like other people were making decisions for you, other people were deciding your destiny for you, and you had to break out of that. You started this new cycle, and I also feel like you weren't expecting to meet this person. I feel like this person came into your life and you weren't expecting to meet them. So, moving forward, let us see what your soulmate may do for work. Now, this might help you. At the time that you meet them, what will they be doing with their finances? What will this person be doing for work? And some of you meet them when you're like a child, so that might be a bit difficult, but let's figure it out. Group 1, please, Spirit. How will they identify their soulmate? What will their soulmate be doing for work? Interesting. We have the Page of Cups. So yeah, some of you meet this person when they are too young to work. Some of you meet this person in childhood, but you don't actually sort of get to know each other better until you're older. Let's see what else we can get though, because I did this with the other groups. So Group 2, please, Spirit. What does Group 2's soulmate end up doing for work? What do they do for work? What is how do they make their money? I don't know why I need to ask this question, but I thought it'd be interesting. The Tower. Okay. So they may do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, apparently. What does Group 2's soulmate do for work? I'm sensing a lot of drive behind what they do, which is probably why they admire you so much, because they are someone who is also motivated. Yeah, they're working on some big things. They may work in a family business. They may be reinventing a family business. For example, I'm hearing if their father was an architect, then they want to be like a developer. That kind of energy. It's similar, but it's different. They may be a part of a legacy, or they may be creating a legacy in their lifetime. It does feel like your soulmate tries to break away from something that they're family told them to do. It feels like they have to carve a path for themselves and that they're very determined to do so. I feel with the Page of Cups that you meet them when they're really young, to the point where maybe they're not really focused on their career. They don't really have a way of making money, like they're just a young person. But later on in life, they do end up forging their own path and really being focused on creating a legacy. I see that they almost have to break away from something in order to do that, though. We have the Hanged One coming out reverse. So I feel like this person's work really puts them in a tough position, because potentially this is someone who is materially orientated, but it's like their heart isn't in it. So money is a weird situation for them. Like they want money, but they don't want to work. And I mean, a lot of us can relate to that energy, so we won't hold that against them. But I do feel with the Hanged One here, there is an energy of like really like either struggling to change or just really struggling to see things from a different perspective. They almost feel forced into a job. They almost feel forced into a legacy, like this person has to fill other people's shoes type of energy. The Hierophant is kind of confirming that. Your person may be in a position where they have to do what they're told to do, like they're in an institution type of thing. They have to do this because that's what their father did, and their grandfather, and their grandfather's father, and so on. It just goes back generations, or it's just something that they were told they have to do. This person could be in a position to offer others advice as well as they take their career further in life. It feels like they may be in a position where they start to tell people, like, listen, like if you guys have kids together, they're going to be like, child, listen to me. I would never put this responsibility on you. You deserve so much more. The world is your oyster. You can be anything you want to be. You don't have to be an architect developer like me. You don't have to be out here, you know, signing contracts and working 9 to 5. You can literally do anything you want to be. It feels like this person ends up changing paths later in life, but they do it at a point where it's kind of like, oh, is it too late to do this? So I kind of feel like they have big shoes to fill when it comes to their career. And even if it's not like their family business, they might step into somebody else's family business and then just suddenly feel a really strong level of responsibility to that family, to the point where like they feel trapped and stuck emotionally. We have the Page of Pentacles coming out. So your person is in an energy of, this was similar to group 1. When you meet them, they're definitely like don't really know what the hell they're doing for money. They're more focused on like how they feel and how money makes them feel. They're more like, hey, I just want to make friends and make experiences, so I signed up for this internship. And you're just like, oh my Lord. 10 years later, they're still working for the same company type of energy. So I kind of feel like later in life, this person may change paths. Like they could be in real estate for like 10 years because they signed up with a family friend, and then all of a sudden like they couldn't get out. But then, you know, after 10 years later in life, they end up being a baker, because that's actually what they've always been passionate about. They love food. They love that food brings people happiness and comfort, and it's a necessity. So that's just what they're going to do. There's this energy of later in life, they take on some sort of apprenticeship or trade with this Page of Pentacles. For others of you, they could be the kind of person who gets put into the position where they can offer trades and apprenticeships and internships to other people. They end up becoming this Hierophant Empress energy, and they take people under their wing, and potentially your children with them could end up becoming a part of this that they've created. But I see that that happens after they are able to create something that they feel emotionally invested in, because this person starts their career path feeling very much a slave to their work, and they don't like that. They want to feel good about what they do. They want to feel invested in what they're doing. And I see that when they change that, they end up being somewhat of a mentor that nurtures other people and has interns and apprentices, or this kind of energy of really like bringing people in under their wing. Bottom deck energy is the 8 of Swords. So I see that this person kind of loses themselves to their work at times. This person takes a lot of pride in their work. I feel like they become someone who likes routine, who likes that stability of waking up and doing something. Even when they retire, they're the kind of person who has to be working on something. They have to have meaning and purpose in their life. And I see that that is where their career changes for them, is when they start to feel like their career no longer has purpose or meaning. That's when they start to want more. They can't just do what they've been doing, even though they love routine, because it has no more purpose behind it. So that is where they seem to switch up a little bit. Where do I want to go now? Let's ask about how your soulmate will change your life. Group 2, please, Spirit. How does group 2 soulmate change their life? How does group 2 soulmate change their life? How does group 2 soulmate change their life? Oops, okay. They're showing me that and this, so that's all I will take for now. So let's get some more. How does group 2 soulmate change their life? How does group 2 soulmate change their life? Okay. Bottom deck energy is the Queen, and beneath that we have the Venom in reverse. How appropriate. I like that. I like that a lot. So the first card that came out for you was the Orphan. Your soulmate changes your life by giving you a place to belong. This is the kind of person who, like, you really, 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 really love the way that they make you feel. And at first you can't explain it. This person, it feels like they appreciate what you've had to go through. They appreciate that you've been somewhat alienated by your upbringing or by your circumstances later in life. There's this feeling of like you are just seeking meaningful connections. And I feel like your person sees things in you that they can see within themselves. They're attracted to your drive because they want that for themselves. They're attracted to your sense of wanting meaningful connections and a place to belong because they want that for themselves. There's this true energy of like your person changes your life by giving you somewhere to belong, by admiring what you have been through, by not putting you in this victim mentality like you have experienced in your past is what I feel. There was a very tricky period before your soulmate comes into your life, and they really honor everything that you've been through by seeing it as a strength to your character and really understanding how you had to go through these things in order to be the strong, independent person that you are today. I feel like your soulmate feels a sense of stability with you, and you do inspire them to want more for themselves. I feel like whether you choose to believe that or not, because you seem to look to them for inspiration, they actually get a lot out of their relationship with you as well. Your life changes in the sense of you become a lot more in tune with your spirituality. You're watching a tarot reading for a reason. So I would say that you have somewhat, maybe, you're not an, what do they say, atheist, but maybe you're a little bit of a skeptic, but I see that you are somewhat open-minded by being here at a tarot reading. And I feel like your soulmate's energy helps you embrace those natural anomalies in this world. They make you curious and hungry for mystery. It's almost like your soulmate really awakens this side to you that you didn't fully appreciate before they entered your life. They make you want to question things. They make you want to stay open-minded. They make you want to be curious. They make you want to explore. They really make you want to know more. And I feel like this person helps you see things for what they truly are. It's really like this person helps you break out of your own Eight of Swords energy, where you are potentially feeling trapped or stuck in a circumstance. And I see that they're very inspired by you, but you also get inspired by them. Now, with the stone coming out, I feel like your soulmate offers you a stable sense of security. Like there is something really comforting about this person's energy. And I see that that's what makes them good at their job as well. They have an impressionable personality. Like they really just know how to talk to people. They know how to connect with people. And I see that for the two of you, you end up having this sort of fortress relationship where your soulmate helps you feel strong and solid enough to be able to commit in yourself again, or to yourself again. I feel like there is a high level of trust here, but I'm also just getting like this reliable energy, and potentially the two of you end up working on this business thing together as well, because I'm seeing a trifecta here. And it's almost like the two of you are down here working towards this common goal. I also feel with the stone, like the two of you just have a very, I want to say like special connection in the way of like you seem to be really protecting something here. And I don't know if it's a child or, I mean, if it probably is. If you're going to have children with them, you would be a protective person, but it feels like something else. It feels like the two of you share something and you both, like maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's not as hectic as having a child. I think it might be like the two of you realize that you both like cycling, as an example. As an example, don't click off if you're anti-cyclist. But maybe the two of you honor this so much that every Sunday morning, as if you're going to church, you both get up at 7:30. You both have, your protein shakes. You make your protein shakes. You get dressed. You have a shower. You put on your lycra, you go down, you pump up the tires on the bike, you lock the house, you feed the dogs or the cats, and then you're off for the morning. You know, by 9 a.m. you're both out of the house, and you're both on your 20K or 20-mile, wherever you are in this beautiful world, cycle. And it's just like clockwork. And this is something that the two of you do, and you keep that special and you honor it, and you don't involve other people in this process. Like, there's that sort of energy. And I feel like they changed that about you, because potentially before they came into your life, you were of the mindset of, well, this is something that I like doing, but I might have to do this by myself because I don't trust other people anymore. I'm out here doing things for myself because I can't share these things with other people. They'll only take advantage of me. So it's very special, and it may seem silly to other people who don't understand your relationship, but these are the things that the two of you enjoy doing together, and it is special for the two of you. In another example, it may be that you're both like horror fiends, you know, you love horror movies. And so every Friday night is Fright Night, and you're going to watch at least one old like slasher movie together. And even though you don't feel entirely comfortable about what you're seeing, like it's just about honoring that thing that you two love to do together. As another example, we have the Maiden coming out for you. So this is interesting. It came out for group 1 as well. I feel like this person changes you by really unlocking a part of your sexuality that you didn't think existed before. The Maiden for me is a highly tantalizing card. It feels like this energy of like temptation, like Eve being tempted by the snake to eat the forbidden fruit, you know. And there's a strong energy here of the Maiden's energy of it kind of feels like touch if you dare. So I don't know what that's talking about, but I'm hearing touch if you dare. And it feels like this is a really delicate and almost primal response. Like maybe you didn't know that you could have a connection like this before this person, and that's usually what a soulmate does. Like they really just unlock you to this deeper energy. And as we progress in life, because I do feel that in the beginning, you know, until we find our one, the one, we tend to have temporary soulmate unions as well. And maybe you thought you had found the one earlier, and then you had this messy separation that led you into this really masculine energy of I'm going to do it for myself, and I will, and I can, and I'm independent, and the limit does not exist for me. And then this person comes in and you're like, oh my God, how silly was I? This is my person. This is my one. Like I waited a whole lifetime to meet and feel this person, even though for some of you, you've known them when you were younger. They really unlock another part of you that feels so treasured and needs to be cherished. And there's something very vulnerable about this part of you, and it hasn't been explored before you've met this person. It's barely been touched upon. It feels very precious, and it feels like this person is respectful and loving and caring enough for you to feel safe enough to share this part of you. We also have the Queen coming out for you. So the Queen is telling me that there is a sense of authority about you. Your person helps you step into your power. They help you appreciate who you truly are and how you deserve to be treated by others. I feel like there's a level of inheritance here. I don't know why. Your person may come from old money. They may be like someone who has big shoes to fill in their career because of that. But it kind of feels like they unlock this regal energy about you that you know your worth, and they will be there to back you, and they really help you see that within yourself. The Queen for me has a level of authority though, and it kind of, with authority comes responsibility as well. So potentially this person helps you accept this level of authority and responsibility in your life in a way that you didn't see before them. You know, like maybe you too have big shoes to fill, and you have big ambitions and big dreams and things that you want to create and do in this lifetime, and you didn't see that you could do that before they came in. I also feel like the Queen is about leveling up your circumstances, and I feel like this person really helps you do that. It could be a coincidence, but again, I don't believe in coincidences. I feel like you're on a very determined path, and because of that energy, you bring in someone who is able to add that to your life. Now, let's get some charms before we move forward. How else does Group 2's soulmate change or impact their life? All right, you got a lot, and one even fell on the ground. So I'm going to have to pause this and find that one. Okay, well, I'm back. I just got to kind of pull all of these together because they all ended up everywhere. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so the first charm, excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink of water. I could have done this when I paused the video, but I didn't. The first charm that came out for you was this flower, and it actually landed face up on the ground. So I do get this energy of courtship. I don't know why. Maybe you have a long dating period of this kind of energy of them really kind of proving themselves to you. It feels like this person likes to buy you things. It feels like that's part of their love language. That's how they kind of show you that they're keen on you and that they really are invested in you and this relationship with you. I feel like this person likes to buy you things that give you this sort of like wow energy, like this kind of like, they love the way that you giggle or laugh. So potentially I'm seeing like lingerie or just like really funny sort of clothing. If you're a guy, I'm seeing that underwear that has like your person's face on it. Potentially if you're a girl, maybe that's what they like to do as well. But just these kind of little gestures that you're not expecting, it feels very surprising, and it's to evoke a reaction. So sometimes it's very meaningful and sentimental, and other times it's very like hilarious or like really raunchy, like getting things delivered to your workplace that you're like, oh my god, my boss does not need to see this. I'm also just seeing like lots of flowers, roses especially, and I feel like they love like being really sensual with you. We're going to get into that next, but they also like just giving you things that you can kind of touch and taste and smell. So like edible underwear was what came to mind, but I'm also seeing like chocolates and flowers and like shiny things, even if they're not super expensive, like shiny wrapping paper, and inside might just be like a beautiful box of chocolates and a note to say like, I'm thinking of you today. Also being shown the messenger charm, which is lying on top of the orphan charm. This to me says that your person will go to no end to tell you and express to you how important that you are to them. And I think that what changes for you and how they impact your life is that they allow you to feel safe enough to open up to them. It's like with the orphan and this messenger energy, you guys just love talking about how much you value each other in each other's lives. Like you have this true sense of I belong here. Like you are my person and I was meant to meet you in this lifetime. And I really do feel like they bring out that energy of like, I feel safe enough to open up to you and to tell you these things. Potentially you feel safe enough to talk to them about stuff that happened to you in your childhood that you haven't told other people. That's what I'm picking up on. I see with the alcohol charm coming out that this person may like to drink. That might be something that rubs off on you. I do have another alcohol charm indicating that as well over here. So potentially the two of you might like to explore that. I kind of feel like if your person is someone who, you know, grew up in like old money energy. We don't have a lot of old money people here in Australia because we're such a new country. But they might be the kind of person that likes to go to like vineyards and go on like winery tours and like wine tasting, or like maybe they like to go to like brewery companies and you get to taste all of the different liquors and beers. Like it's an experience. This person doesn't just drink for the sake of getting drunk. It's an experience. Now we have this little micro oyster shell, which is interesting because that has never come out before. This micro oyster shell is kind of telling me that this person is, one of both of you is a hard nut to crack. And I feel like they're one of the only people who really gets to know you well. And that is generally the energy of a soulmate energy. But for you, I feel like it takes a lot of time for them to come around in that way because we have all these pages here. Maybe you meet each other when you're younger, but you don't really open up to one another and come into union until later in life. I feel like with these two moonstone charms, this is somebody who you really do trust. You feel connected to them in a way that you can't describe. It's just like your soul is calling out to them and wanting them in your life. And I feel like this person helps you heal something that has been very difficult to overcome with this Three of Swords energy here. This can be a third party interference, but when it's in reverse, it's like that isn't the issue anymore. The issue is the pain. So I do feel like this person helps you heal something that you've been really struggling to heal in the past. With the sunglass charms here, landing underneath the mystic and the stone, I do feel like this is a trustworthy confidant. This is someone you can rely on, but they also seem to help you see things very clearly. So there's this energy of spirituality again, and it feels like this person helps you connect with that part of you, but they also help you see things in a different perspective. That was something that came out in group 1 as well. I didn't get to say it though, I had to link it in the comments, but I do feel like this person helps you see things clearly and see things through another perspective almost. There's something here that they really do seem to be a grounding energy, and they help connect you with your mystical powers. Now, with the locket over here, I feel like this person, this connection is very protected. It's very like cherished, but I also feel like there's this energy of like, I'm hearing keep it special. I don't know. Let's see what comes through. I'll just hold it for a little bit. Oh no, stop. That's so cute. You're very, very precious to them. I just heard hold me closer, tiny dancer. Is that Elton John? I am terrible. I just hear the words and I've got to say them. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Oh my days, I'm hearing the whole like dun dun dun. This is so cute. So you know what? This is an energy of like I cherish you, I protect you. It's you and me. Like they could never tear us apart. Dun, 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 dun. That's so cute. Yeah. So moving forward, we have this coin down here, which has 2 sides, but it chose to flip on the person side, which tells me that your person really helps you change your focus. Potentially what I'm getting here is that you were very materially orientated before this person came into your life. Like you wanted the big house, you wanted the like successful lifestyle, you wanted to really create something for yourself. It's like you wanted to really build something here. And then this person comes in and you're like, oh my days, like yes, I still want that, but there's also other things in this life worth living for. And I see like this person changes your life because they help you focus more on the things that money can't buy, that are just as valuable, potentially even more valuable because money can't buy them. They're even more sacred, more valuable. This person and you seem to be very invested in one another, and it's all about creating experiences with this person. I really do feel like this person has their heart locked down for you, is what I'm getting. Like it's this energy of like, and maybe that happens in your, like maybe that was a moment in your timeline that I just witnessed, but it's this feeling of like they're the kind of person who would get on stage drunk karaoke and just sing Tiny Dancer to you. They really do just cherish you and adore you. Now I see a strong level of commitment here with this most precious commitment charm. There's a strong energy of like, I'm committed to you and I would do anything for you. And I feel like it comes after a very meaningful conversation that for some of you, it's taken a little while to happen. This came through in group 1 as well, but I see that when this person pours their heart out to you, they mean it, and that changes your perspective because you feel open enough to be able to do that as well. I see that for you, you do seem to like experiences as well. Potentially you're in a very sort of like fiery energy of wanting to sort of have this fun drunken moments with your mates, and then all of a sudden this person comes in and you're like, oh my lord, like we can still do that, but let's create more meaning behind it. Let's try to remember what's happening the next day when we wake up. I see that this person helps you get through some sort of toxicity, like a toxic pattern or a toxic energy that you felt stuck in. This landed on the 10 of Pentacles. So for some of you, your soulmate and you help each other break out of unhealthy patterns around family expectations, family obligations, the way that you are expected to do things for family. This person may help you with that. But your soulmate seems to be an energy that helps you heal things from your childhood and around your family. I can also see here with the peace charm that the two of you seem to use little moments to escape. I feel like your person helps you, especially when times aren't peaceful, because this charm is reversed. I feel like you value your soulmate's energy because they kind of help you feel resilient. Like this is the kind of person who like you look to get the inspiration to keep on fighting. Like it's not just going to be smooth sailing in life. We know that. We have our ups and downs. We're dealt with our bad days and our good days. But it feels like this person makes those bad days just so much easier to get through. Like you look to them and they're just like 100% back you. Doesn't matter if you're bleeding. Doesn't matter if, you know, your circumstances have changed so vaguely to when you said your vows. Like this person backs you. They have 100% like I've got you energy, like ride or die energy. And I do feel like this person may see you at your worst, like very early on in the relationship. For some of you, it's very early that they see that side of you, but they're still 100% committed and loyal and just like, I got you type of energy. There is like a toxic energy in this reading for you guys. I feel like your soulmate changes your life because they help you see things in a more positive perspective. They help you be more realistic though as well. It's like you can't just coast through on the good vibes only. You have to knuckle down and see things for what they truly are. With the sour part of this watermelon showing up, I feel like this person, yes, there's like a sweet part of them that makes you feel very sexual and whew. But anyway, it's also like about being practical and sort of moving towards what you want and having those goals for a reason and staying focused for a reason. And yes, like money is good, but it's also about creating experiences, and there's a real sense of realism behind this person. And even though they give you this beautiful passionate energy, I feel like they also bring you back down to earth, and they like walk you through the process of, well, listen, like this is what you can do, and it doesn't have to be this way, and you should never feel like you have to compromise your feelings, and if you're not happy, then you should always feel like you can do this. Like there's something about this person, they're very good at giving you advice, and I think that you really value that because they also love the advice that you give them as well. Like I just see the two of you giving each other a hell of a lot of advice, especially if alcohol's involved. Now, speaking of pleasures, let us talk about your 18 plus stuff, hey? Before we end your reading, we're already at 31 minutes on my days. We're going to be asking what your intimate union is going to be like with this person. Group 1, please, Spirit. What is their sex life going to be like with their soulmate? What is group 1's sex life like? We have the 5 of Cups, makeup sex. What happened? What is group 2's? Did I say 1? I keep seeing the 1 over here on the red carnelian. What is group 2's intimate moments? I'm trying to censor myself on YouTube. What is group 2's intimate moments like with their soulmate, the magician? Oh my days. Oh, the intensity. Excuse me. Look at how these two are looking at each other. Look at that. Excuse me. Oh my god. I feel like you guys just stare at each other a lot. Like, do you even touch each other in the beginning? It feels like you just stare at each other. There's a lot of staring. Yes, look what just came out. The Page of Swords. There's a lot of staring. The 9 of Cups. Oh my god. Okay, finally, the 2 of Cups, a little bit of hand action. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and what's your bottom deck energy? We have the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. So you're very talkative is what I want to tell you. There's a lot of talking, there's a lot of staring. Like, what? Does it really take you that long to come back into energy? Oh wow, okay, there's a lot of watching. So potentially toys, okay? The 2 of you might like to look at each other using other things, but what I'm getting is that there's makeup sex here. I don't know why. The Page of Cups can talk about an apology, so maybe the 2 of you kind of meet as friends and then you come together later as lovers, but the 5 of Cups talks about makeup sex, and it feels like someone here has something to prove because the card that follows is the Magician. So I do feel like there is a dominant energy in the bedroom, and I feel like this energy loves to watch. I feel like this is the type of energy that is like, that's how they get their confidence. They like to watch, and I feel like not a heck of a lot happens when this person's watching. Like, it's just a little bit of like strip teasing and like gentle like touching and strokes. There's a lot of chest action here. So whoever you are, man, woman, I don't care. You have a chest. This person loves your chest. And I feel like you would love your person's chest as well. But like, yes, it's just like all chest is what I'm seeing. There's also a little bit of bum action here. So I do see that there's this energy of like, it's not even, you don't even have to be naked with this person. They just love to look at you and to look at the way that your body moves in clothing. Whether you're a man or a woman, this person just, you guys just look at each other all the time. And I do get with this card that it's about stealing glances. Like, not everybody needs to know, but I'm literally like, how do I say it without swearing? I'm literally having sex with you with my eyeballs right now. That's the energy. Like, nobody else needs to know, but you know what this look means, and that is what I'm doing with my eyes right now. Now, with the Nine of Cups coming out, I do feel like this person, listen, they're just staring at you, but I feel like it's all about like talking as well, and it's that build up of pleasure. There's a high emphasis on like teasing each other and foreplay here. Like, I don't know if you guys might spend all day just like little jabs of like, oh, I like the way you bend down and pick up those nappies. Like, I don't know, because even when you're older and you have kids and like, you still do this, you still talk to each other like this, and it really just builds the energy to the point where the Nine of Cups, like, it's exploding. Look at the steam there, like, it's just exploding. And I also feel like with the Two of Cups here, like, you might be doing these sneaky little moments, like trying to like clothes still on, but like the hand is down the pants. Like, that's the energy. It's really fun, and I think that you have this because you did take a little while to get into a relationship, because you seem to know each other from before. There is an energy here of you're either friends for a while or you know of each other for a while, and that you kind of play off that awkwardness and you really know how to like build each other's suspense here. There's a lot of staring. Oh my gosh, there's so much teasing and there's so much foreplay energy, and I feel like whoever has a nice ass, like, they know that the other person knows this, so they're kind of showing that off to the other person. Whether you think you do or you don't, someone here does. Now, with the Two of Pentacles, I do get this energy of like, we need to make time for this, and potentially like there's going to be a lot of quickies in the future. I don't know why. Time seems to be busy. You both seem to be busy people. There's kind of this energy of like, do you have a free 30 minutes for your lunch break? I'm going to be in town. Okay, I'll see you at 12. Like, that kind of energy. Like, you got to kind of be really strategic here and think about how you're going to do it, because you don't seem to have a lot of time in your day, but you do prioritize this, and a lot of it has to do with making these sort of theatrical moments. I feel like the two of you love talking to each other. I feel like that is a huge part of your sex life, is going to be communicating and talking to each other about how each of you are making each other feel. Like, foreplay is mostly just listening to each other's voice, whether you're saying words or whether it's just sounds of like pleasure. You do love this about one another. So group 2, that's what I have for you. I got to cut it there. We're at 36 minutes. This has been your part 2 of Who Is Your Soulmate. I hope it was interesting for you. It was incredibly interesting for me. Such a pleasure. I really enjoy doing these readings, and I'm going to take this into the extended now. Extended is going to be in the Patreon, our Patreon community, our beautiful Patreon community. In the extended, I'm going to be getting more channeled messages. I have a handwritten note that I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm also going to get more 18 plus energy, because I'm allowed to post whatever I want on Patreon. So we're going to get a lot more explicit. There's going to be swearing, dare I swear, and there's just going to be a lot more imagery as well. So if you would like to join us, click on the Patreon link down below. Otherwise, I just appreciate you for being here, for supporting me on YouTube. So much love and light your way. I hope this information was fun. I hope it helped you sort of clarify who may already be in your life. Look after your beautiful self, and I shall see you in another video. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome. If you chose this beautiful shell, then this is going to be your reading. Very precious, very lovely. Now today, group 3, we are asking Spirit for more information as to who your soulmate is. There is a part 1 to this video. If you haven't seen part 1, I do recommend that you look at that. There is a lot of information in part 1, and we're going to be covering a lot in part 2 as well. It's going to take a fun little twist. I also want to say that we're going to have an extended reading, but I'll talk about that more at the end. For your part 2 reading, we're going to be looking at your soulmate's first impression of you first. Excuse me. We're also going to be asking what your soulmate might do for work. It might help you identify them. We're also going to be asking how your soulmate's energy in your life changes you, or at least helps you grow. How does this person influence you? How do they help you change and grow and develop in your life? And we're also going to be asking for 18 plus messages. We're going to ask Spirit what your intimate moments with them are like. I'm really censoring myself on YouTube, but we're asking what your sex life is going to be like with your soulmate, and then I'm taking it into the extended. So starting with the first card, let us see what your soulmate's first impression of you is. We have Chrysoprase. The number 20, Pisces, crown chakra, and water element. This is interesting. I feel like your soulmate sees you as someone who is very, like, mystical. Their first impression of you is that you seem to know a lot. Like, you seem to be someone who is very intuitive. You seem to be very connected to source. Like, you have a very straight down, like, even if they're not spiritual, the way that they would describe you is like, you always seem to know what's going on. Like, you always just have a really good way of seeing straight through people. You seem to really be in touch with your emotions. You seem to be very kind, but you also are no fool, is what they're saying. You're not a fool. You're someone who sees straight through people. And I feel like you're someone who values authenticity. Maybe this person had to learn the hard way, either through their actions or seeing somebody else's actions affect you, but they do. Sorry, group 3. I just had to pause it and figure out what the hell Kirk was doing. I literally just fed him because it's after 5 o'clock here, but he's still looking for his treats, even though he hasn't even finished his dinner. So, as I was saying, I feel like you have a way of seeing straight through people, and I feel like this person had to learn the hard way that you are not someone to mess with. Either it was something that they did, or it was something that they saw someone else do to you, and the way that you responded was like very... they would say that it was very mature. Like, you responded not in a petty way, but you also like really like, whoa, okay, I'm never going to cross group 3 because my gosh, they're going to just see straight through me. You have a very authentic side to you, and I feel like you are someone who likes to surround yourself with authentic people. I feel like your soulmate also had a first impression that you seem to have a really solid friend group. Like, I don't know why, like you seem to have a couple of people around you that seem to be very loyal, and I feel like you're a very loyal person. It could have been friends or family, but they just seem to see you as someone who you're very genuine, and you surround yourself with genuine people. I also feel like their first impression of you was that you seem very mature for your age. I don't know how old you are when you meet them, but you seem to be very mature. You seem to be very, very like ahead of the game is what they're saying. Like someone who is very wise and somewhat aware of people more so than others are aware of them. Like you seem to know people very well. Like you have a good way of like understanding people off of first impression. I also just feel like, yeah, you're emotionally mature or you just seem very wise for your age. Now, each of these cards have a special message in the guidebook, and I do want to share these messages for you because I find them to be personally like very helpful, and they may just offer us additional information, and that's why we're here, to get informed. So let's see what your message is. We act at times on the waves of emotions in a destructive and egocentric manner. We need to be able to dominate our emotions as they are a reserve of vitality. We must not, however, let them rule us, but rather have them become our allies in balance with our rational side. The action must be studied and reflected upon, and above all, to head in the direction of the common good, and not towards our own miserable self-interest. Excessive ambition will not take us far. So that's really interesting. I feel like you're the kind of person who helps other people do this as well, and potentially that's why they're so attracted to you, is because you seem to be this person who helps steer people towards what truly matters. Let us get some cards to see what your soulmate might be doing for work. I feel so like thrown off after Kirk's antics. Let's see what we can get for you. All right, group 3, please, Spirit. Group 3, what does their soulmate do for work? What does their soulmate do for work, Spirit? What information can you give us? We have the the Lovers, coming out. They want me to take that too. The 10 of Swords, and this one, the 5 of Cups. Interesting. And we also have the 2 of Swords. So they could be in communication, first of all. We have a lot of Mercury coming out, so they could work with computers, they could work with appliances, they could fix appliances or computers, they could be interested in doing that. I feel like this person holds a level of authority in their workplace with time, but they certainly do something after. I want to say that your soulmate's energy, group 3, they seem to kind of, whatever they do for work, they put a lot of time into this, and I want to say that on one side it's easy work, but on the other side it doesn't seem to be fulfilling. So I don't know, it's just, let's get some more cards. What do they do for work, Spirit? What is like their main job in their life? One more card, please. What do they do for work? Group 3's soulmate. Bottom deck energy is the Three of Pentacles reversed. So I'm kind of getting that it takes them a little while to either become more of a valued employee, or like they kind of get stuck in a job that they don't like doing. I'm getting this energy of like walking away because it's not emotionally serving me. I feel like they work in communications. They could have started this job at a young age and they didn't realize that it was going to be something that they were going to be doing for the rest of their life. They seem to do this because they're good at it, but it's not something that they like doing. I feel like they weigh up a long time on what do I do, and I'm not happy, so like where do I go to from here? But it takes them a long time to do that. They also don't feel very appreciated in their workplace. It feels like they put a lot of time and energy into their work, but it doesn't really get them very far. Like a lot of people don't seem to value their presence there, which is really sad because I feel like they have this side of them that like needs to be recognized, but potentially they don't seem to be in the position to receive that recognition. Either like they're someone who doesn't get the promotions when other people do, or it just feels like they kind of peak, like there's only so far you can go in this line of work and they don't feel it to be very fulfilling anymore. I see that whatever they do for work, it really does involve a lot of like communication. It involves them kind of needing to pull everything together at a higher level. So it does feel like it could be IT. It feels like this person could be like backing up servers, that kind of thing, like really needing to have a high level of responsibility, if I'm honest, with the Lovers. Like this isn't, they say that it's easy work, but I think it's because they get stuck doing it for so long that they make it look easy. I think that it is actually a lot of responsibility, and if they don't do their job, like a lot of people could lose because of that. With the Two of Swords, they seem to hold a lot of bearing in their hands. I also feel like they sadly don't get to see the result of their work. Like they kind of just do this job, and even though it's a high responsibility, like they don't get to see how the meaning behind it, like how much of this actually pays off in the eyes of others. I also feel like they may be someone who starts something and other people finish it and then they get the recognition, you know? Like maybe this person buys domains online and then they sell them to companies and that company gets recognition, you know? Like I don't know why that came to mind, but it just feels like this person isn't fully appreciated in their workplace. And I also kind of get that this is something that they didn't want to do. They just got stuck in doing it. With the Sun reversed, it's almost like they have a childhood dream that they really want to achieve, but they really struggle to go after it for fear of like, it's almost like there's someone who gets very stuck, okay? I can't word it any better except that they don't like a lot of change. With the Eight of Cups reversed, they know what they want, but they find it difficult committing to it when it comes to their job. I really do feel like this person isn't the kind of person that can move forward. They're a very fixed, sort of stubborn energy, and it takes them a long time to actually do something. They're not spontaneous at all, and they do have a pessimistic sort of disposition when it comes to their work. They don't really like what they're doing, but they're very good at what they do. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, this is someone who may end up working alone a lot, or feeling unsupported by their team is what it feels like. They're kind of in a position where they don't feel appreciated and not recognized, and they seem to be working alone when this could potentially be a lot easier collaborating with others. So it's very interesting energy. Very interesting line of work, group 3, sorry. And I feel like this is someone who values emotions, they value connection, they just don't feel that in their workplace. Even if they're really good at what they do, it doesn't mean that they like what they're doing. Now with the Lovers as well, I feel like this person relies on you a lot for emotional support when it comes to their job, because I do think that their job pays the bills. I think that it offers a very sustainable lifestyle for the two of you, but I also feel like this person ends up coming back home to you every day sort of like, I'm so sorry, but I just had another crappy day, and you're the one who has to kind of hear it and help them through this moment, and they really do appreciate that. They really do love the support that you can give them. I feel like this person, honestly, you're exactly everything that they could have ever hoped for in that respect, because this is someone who has had to go through those difficult moments alone, and they really just wish that they would have had someone like you in their life to hold and to potentially cry into, because I do see that this job gives them a lot of pressure. It causes them a lot of stress and just general feelings of being unhappy as well. So moving forward, let's see how your soulmate helps you in your life. How does your soulmate change you and your life? How does Group 3's soulmate influence and change their life? Yeah, that's cute. Your person has a wicked sense of humor. They're very funny. How does group, oh my days. They have, yeah, they're very intellectual. Spirit is saying they're very intellectual, very smart person, very switched on. How does group 3's soulmate change or influence their life? Yeah, this is someone, listen, the work is a sore spot for them. They're good at what they do, but they hate their job, and they love you for loving them in those moments. But they also have a very fun, happy-go-lucky, witty side to them. Like, they have a insane sense of humor, and they're really good at making you laugh. They're really good at connecting you with your inner child and making you feel like you're just laughing till you tears streaming down your cheeks, and like all your teeth are just on display for the world to see. Like, just big laughs with this person. Group 3, please, Spirit. Oh, hello. Thank you. Yeah, bottom deck energy is the prayer, which is beautiful. Now, the first card that came out to you was hidden, so let's see what it was in the comic. Actually, I did see it. That's where I was getting the humor from. I do feel like this person has a funny bone, and I feel like they're the kind of person that likes a little bit of self-deprecating humor. Like, if you look at this mask carefully, you can see these sort of gray eyes behind this cat, almost like the cat is a mask. And I feel like this person uses humor to help build them up, and in turn with you, it kind of really just connects you to your funny side as well. Like, the two of you can laugh about some really serious, heavy things, because that's the only way that you're going to get through it. Like, you both really are good at building each other's spirits up through laughter, and that is such a pure, youthful energy that you both need in your lives. Now, I do feel like the two of you are very connected to each other's humor. You're going to find each other hilarious. There's a lot of times you just like rolling with laughter, whether you're the kind of person who when you laugh you kind of throw your head back and laugh, or whether you kind of fall into like a ball and laugh. I'm just seeing so much laughter with the two of you. And I also see that this person changes your life by giving you a clear sense of direction and purpose with the flame here. They change your life by offering you these optimistic, happy-go-lucky, child-friendly, like, no, I don't want to say child-friendly, because I think that their sense of humor gets a bit not safe for work, but I also feel like yeah, they kind of just give you this sense of direction and purpose. Like, there's almost this feeling of like you kind of helped each other, you rescued each other type of energy. This is really like a soulmate relationship that you come in and you're just like this, you know, oh, that's a horrible, but you know, you just like, boom, you're connected and you're there, you're together, you're like, nothing can tear you apart. The two of you are joined at the hip type of energy, and they really give you a sense of purpose. And I do feel like this comes from a period of hopelessness potentially before you met them. You were feeling very lost and very dark, or very in the dark. You didn't know where you were going, and this person could have struck a conversation with you that you just couldn't stop laughing when you met them. They really made you smile, they made you giggle, they made you laugh. You had tears in your eyes when they walked away, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to see that person again. We have the creator here as well. So I see that this person changes your life by offering you this sense of inspiration. Like, their presence in your life really inspires you to be more in touch with your creative, artistic side. It also just feels like they bring color back into your life. You know that Jim Carrey mini documentary that he made about color? And I think it's called like I Needed Color, or I Just Needed Color. That is the energy here, is that both of you really just needed each other, and you weren't at all expecting each other, but as soon as you came into each other's lives, it was like, oh my gosh, like, it's you and me against the world. It's you and me against the world, babe. That's what I heard. It's you and me against the world. Interesting. We also have the riddle coming out for you. So I feel like this person really challenges your way of thinking. Perhaps they look at things differently to you. They think of things differently, and they really put you in the position of like, oh, okay, I guess so. Like, they really make you think of some really off the wall things. Like, I kind of feel like this person is very quirky, or maybe you are, and they kind of just bring more quirkiness into your life. I feel like this person makes you not afraid to express yourself, even if it's a challenging thing to talk about. But I also feel with the riddle here, like the humor of it all, like you just have really interesting conversations with this person. Your soulmate is someone who really challenges your way of thinking. And I feel like it kind of makes you look at things from different perspectives as well, and see things in different ways as well. Now, we had the unseen coming out for you as well. So in terms of how your soulmate influences you and potentially changes you, it feels like they help you see things that you didn't see before, whether this is about yourself, the world around you, the way that you were raised. It really helps. It seems like they help you see things that you haven't seen before. And I'm getting the unseen as more of an energy of like looking at things from a more optimistic side when you could really just throw in the towel and give up on life. This person gives you that sense of purpose and color and like, I have a reason to live, or if it's not that serious for a lot of you, the unseen is also talking about like you being able to see a potential in your life that you just never thought you could have before. Like, I just thought I would never have kids. I just thought I would never own my own home. I just thought I could never have this job for myself. I just thought I could never be that kind of person who bakes or who paraglides or who likes to go climbing in mountains on the weekends, like who wakes up at 6 a.m. and decides to go for a run. There's this energy of this person revealing things about yourself that you didn't see before. And it also helps you see the world differently because you're almost revealing parts that your mind just wasn't allowing you to see before. It's like it always existed, but now you can see it. With the desert here, I do feel like this person inspires you to do things that you're not usually comfortable with. I feel like they help you step out of a comfort zone with the desert, and I also feel like they potentially come into your life after a long period of a dry spell, okay? Whether that's a dry spell in terms of a relationship or in terms of like you being sexual and intimate, or you just feeling passionate and motivated in terms of your mental health. It feels like this person comes in after a long dry spell, and it also feels like this person gives you a sense of hope as well as direction with the desert. I'm always called with the desert card that, this is a very arid sort of climate. It's not a lot of things live in the desert, and as ourselves, like if you haven't grown up in a desert and you've taken there, it could be the most frightening experience trying to acclimatize and figure out how to survive and like, what do I eat? Where's water? What do I drink? But things and life still grow in deserts, some things thrive in those conditions. And I feel like that's what this person helps you see about yourself and appreciate about yourself. Despite your challenges, despite what may have happened to you, you are thriving, and they really show that to you. They show you how you can thrive despite the hand of cards you've been dealt. You can still thrive. You can still live life to your fullest, and you can still smile and laugh at the end of the day. They really have this beautiful energy of like holding you and supporting you, and they really appreciate when you do the same to them. You're both just like this. Two peas in the same pod. We have the prayer over here as well, which was your bottom deck energy. So I feel like this person really instills a level of faith within you. I want to say that you have faith again in your choices, in your lifestyle, in humanity for some of you. You also just have hope again. This person influences you by giving you a higher reason to be here, to exist, to want to live, to want to do things, There is a strong sense of like, without them, I don't know if I could have done it. Like, I'm so grateful for their presence. I'm so grateful for what they've brought to me in this lifetime. And I would just die a happy person now because of who they are. Like they're my reason to live, and they're also my reason to die peacefully is the energy that I'm getting, which is very somewhat morbid, but it's very wholesome, you guys. I also feel with the prayer that the two of you just have a very honorable energy towards each other. Like, you may not say it all the time because life gets the better of you and work gets the better of you, but I feel like there is this unspoken energy of like, I truly appreciate you and I cherish you and I'm very grateful for you. With the prayer there, like when I say my prayers, I'm thinking of you type of energy. Now, let's get some charms. We'll ask how else this person influences your life. How does Group 3 soulmate influence or change their life, please? How does their presence influence or change their life? Okay. Anything else? Thank you. All right. So you have a very jealous energy. Someone here does. Okay. Excuse me. You've been fed. Calm down. Take your bossy pants off, please. I love you so much. Okay, I'll talk to you later. So what I can see here with the comic, we do see the peace ring coming out over the comic. So I do feel like this person, their humor brings you a level of peace. Like there's this feeling of... That's not very peaceful, but there is this feeling of like, this person brings peace into your life. Like their energy is so healing for you. And I feel like they come in at a time when you just really need to heal with this Three of Swords energy. Like Kirk, who thinks he's hungry after he's just finished his meal. I really do think that this person comes in just when you need them. Like you're almost at breaking point here. You know, like these are three swords coming straight to a pinnacle right here. We're straight to the point. And I feel like this person comes in when you're literally like, I can't take anymore. Like literally that type of energy. It's very overwhelming for you. And their presence in your life brings you so much peace. I feel like they ground you and they also validate you. They validate your feelings. Like maybe you're someone who you've had to self-soothe for a very long time. You've had to just sort of be the one to lick your wounds and try to make things okay without somebody else giving you that opportunity of closure. And I feel like this person comes in and they hear your story and they go, yeah, I would be pissed too, or I would be upset as well. I would be crying as well. I would be depressed as well. Like that's completely natural, and you have every right to feel that way. Like they really just validate your experiences and tell you that they are there for you. They're physically there for you and emotionally there for you. I feel like this person changes your life by becoming honestly a very strong source of support for you. More than the other groups, you two are very tethered together. And I feel like your soulmate and them, like you need each other in this lifetime. You know, there's almost a codependency here. It's really like the two of you really do become each other's biggest support. You are literally like, nobody could question the two of you are soulmates. With this key here, your union is very special, very sacred. I feel like you really do get very attached to this person quite early, to the point where there's feelings of jealousy here. I feel like this person shows you that you have a jealous side. Maybe you didn't know you did before, and then all of a sudden when they're into your life and you realize how precious they are to you, you have a jealous side now. I also just feel like maybe that's something that you do together, like the two of you might laugh at each other and tease each other, like, oh, you were talking to Stacy over there by the pool, what were you saying, type of energy. But you do have so much love for one another, and I don't see this jealousy being genuine. I see that it changes the relationship though, because potentially you didn't see that in yourself before. Now, for those of you who know that you're a jealous person, I see that this relationship will change in the way of you feel trustworthy. What's the way? You feel such a strong level of trust and loyalty that you feel like you don't need to be jealous anymore. If you're someone who did feel like you had to constantly keep tabs on your partner in other relationships because you didn't know who they were texting, you didn't know, why this specific person kept liking all their photos, you kept wondering why they would always hide their phone from you and their phone would always be on silent type of energy. I see that not being an issue in this relationship. Like jealousy is not an issue here, but for some reason it does change. Like your version of jealousy changes because of this person. Now with this charm here, I feel like this person shows you more. Like there's this energy, this is two sides, okay, this charm. One side is incredibly detailed and the other side is a blank slate. So I'm getting this energy of you, group 3. You are in a position of you're trying to de-stress, declutter, simplify, and focus on what truly matters and what is meaningful to you. When this person comes in, they do offer you a blank slate. Like I see this person changing you in a way of like you can kind of see to some degree that you do have purpose, you do have value, and you have this reinventive energy of like you don't need to follow other people's paths, you don't need to do what everybody else has done before. You're just as valuable, you're just as precious, but you are a blank slate here. And it's interesting that that was landed over the unseen, because I feel like when we were talking about the unseen, I was mostly addressing the fact that this person's presence helps you see things that you didn't see before. You kind of have a more optimistic nature towards life. You start to do things that you wouldn't have done before. And that's what the ring is about as well. The ring is about seeing signs and also just feeling a strong sense of connection. So I feel like this person's presence in your life helps you feel more connected to your life. It helps you see the value more in your life again. Now, I do see alcohol down here by the flame, so I feel like this person really opens you up to other, I'm hearing other forms of intoxication. So there could be a little bit of experimentation here. Potentially this person, your attraction to them leads you to experiment with other substances. For some of you, it doesn't have to be like drugs. It doesn't have to be alcohol. more. It could just be like the two of you decide you want to try Cuban cigars, so you both, you know, buy a Cuban cigar and you puff on it on your holiday. It could be that you were someone who, you know, you never wanted to eat hot sauce because you have a zero tolerance for chili, and to you salt is spicy. But all of a sudden, like, you and this person decide you want to try the sweet chili sauce at your local Asian grocer, and it leads to you going back and buying bird's eye chilies and really experimenting. And that's the kind of energy here of, like, because of your infatuation, because of your desire to really sort of grow with this person, you start to grow through your experiences, and you start to do things because you're under the influence of their love. It really feels like the intoxication here is with one another. Like, the two of you really do have intoxicating energies around each other. Now, I also see communication. So I feel like this person's communication with you is very consistent, is what I want to say. They do, with the riddle, they do make you sort of see things differently. I feel like they help you look at things, like, you guys have a lot of interesting conversations, is what I want to say. It's like talking to, like, Louis Theroux, you know? I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's like this British documentary sort of person who does these incredible interviews with the most wonderfully strange people on this earth, like all walks of life. And I love his documentaries, but sometimes you look at him and you go, how the hell is this, you know, English man able to talk to this kind of person? And it's very interesting, and I feel like that's what your person's like. They have an interesting way of communicating, and their mind is just like a riddle, a maze of just intellectual information, and they have a way of talking with you that really just changes the way that you see things and the way that you talk as well. So I feel like the two of you may even develop your own language over time, you know. With the desert and the can opener here, I feel like this person helps you express yourself, and they help you make the most out of your situation, you know. Even, you may not even move. Like, you guys might meet each other in a town that you've lived in your whole life, and all of a sudden that town feels, looks, breathes, sounds different. This person really helps you make the best out of your circumstances, regardless of how limiting they look and feel. They help you express yourself and really feel more connected to wherever you're at, if that makes sense. With the nostalgia charm here, I do feel like this person, very quickly the two of you create memories together. I also feel like you may have a shared memory that you don't realize that you had, if that makes sense. Like, you may think that you're meeting this person for the first time, and then all of a sudden you'll say, what? You were at that concert too? Like, are you joking? We were both there at the same time. There's a weird sense of familiarity here with this nostalgia charm. Something about the past is very significant in how you change because of this person's presence. Maybe they change the way you see your past as well. Now, with the sunglass charm here, I feel like this person, it's interesting. They change the way that you see things in this world, but they also change the way that you present yourself to this world. I almost feel like part of you, yes, you're out of your box a little bit. You're trying to see things from a different perspective. But on the other hand, you're also trying to be more covert. I feel like you're also trying to be more selective. I feel like you're also just trying to dial it back and not sort of be out there for everyone anymore. The sunglasses, for me, when they're upright, are about people sort of hiding and going undercover for a little bit. So it kind of feels like you're in this energy of, yes, I want to see more, I want to know more, but I also don't want to be out there investing in everybody's 2 cents. Like, I'm not that kind of person. You almost seem to become a lot more private as well, which is interesting. All right, let's get some 18 plus messages before we end this reading. Oh, excuse you. All right, group 3, please, Spirit. Group 3 and their soulmate. What is group 3 and their soulmate's intimate life like? What is their sex life like? We have the 2 of Wands coming out. Very interesting imagery. I'm seeing a dragon here. It's just a statue, but it still looks like a dragon. What is group 3's and their soulmate's sex life like? What is their intimate life like? Group 3 and their soulmate. Well, oh my days. Oh my lord. We have the Hanged Man reversed. I'm just going to show you briefly. Holy heck. We also have the Ace of Swords reversed. Oh, okay. Don't talk. What? Okay. Group 2's person was like here for the sounds, and I feel like your person is like, this is the one time you're not supposed to talk. That's the energy, yeah, because maybe the 2 of you talk a lot. So when you're intimate, it's just about feeling each other and appreciating this special quiet moment. Oh my days, that's hilarious. Don't talk. I feel like that was you telling them, just stop talking. This is serious. Stop talking. Stop making me laugh. What are you doing? Don't tickle me there. Group 3. What is their intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? What are Group 3's intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like, please? What are Group 3's intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? We have the 3 of Wands. Interesting. We got the 2 and 3 here. Oh my God. I heard in my head, I've been waiting for a girl like you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Making up for lost time, apparently. Why did you take so long, apparently? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, your intimate life is all about family too, though. So just, if you don't have kids or you have kids, I see them being the focus in your relationship, to the point where you're stealing moments away from them to get these intimate moments, which is probably why you're trying to be quiet. Some of you may have a very big family and like the walls are paper thin and you got to be very quiet in the house, otherwise the kids are going to wake up. Group 3, please, Spirit. What are their intimate moments with their soulmate like? We have the Page of Swords coming out, which is called the Knave in this deck. We also have the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, hold me closer. We also have, what is this? The Queen of Wands reversed. Okay. All right. Interesting energy. Very attractive energy at the end. We have Temperance in the upright as your bottom deck. So I got to whiz through this quickly because we only have a couple of minutes, but when it comes to your intimate life here, what I can see in these cards is that this is the kind of person who, it feels like one or both of you was waiting a very long time for someone like this to come in. And I feel like timing here when it comes to being intimate is challenged by responsibility. I do see children involved, and I see that they're going to be a big part of your life with this person, whether you meet and you already have kids or not. I see that it is about protecting the kids. So there is this energy of like, be quiet. We just got to let them sleep and do this. But I also see that you do have this playful energy around each other. I see this person being very handsy, very ticklish. They also like to be a giver, if that makes sense. So when it comes to things of an oral nature, for example, Group 3, they are a giver. They don't like to receive. There's someone who likes to watch you while they're doing it as well. They want to see your face. This is also someone who, like, they don't care if like they have to wait because you're busy, or like, especially in the early days, like I feel like this person, there's an energy here of waiting for the right time to do these things. So I don't know, there seems to be responsibilities that kind of stop it from happening as much as you would like it to. But when you do it, it's just all about kind of being strategic and quiet and making it happen. I see a lot of passion here, but I also see a lot of patience here. So I don't know, it kind of feels like for some of you, you kind of got to be passionate and patient at the same time. Now, I also feel with the swords energies, we have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords reversed. There is this feeling of you got to be quiet, but I feel like you still feel each other and you still sort of talk to each other and communicate to each other. Even though you're not allowed to make a lot of noise, with the Page of Swords here, I feel like you kind of playfully like to do that. Like one or both of you, like this person might do things that they know are going to make you like moan or laugh, and they do it even though you're both supposed to be quiet, because they are this comic energy who loves to make you laugh. So they're doing these little cheeky things and you're just looking at them like, are you serious? I just told you like we have to be quiet. But you love this about each other and you love that about them. With the Four of Pentacles over here, I feel like this person is very much someone who likes to watch you. They like to look at you. They might like to look at you using toys on yourself, for example. They might like to watch you while you're getting ready, and that's just like enough eye candy for them. I feel like this person just loves watching you. I'm also getting this energy of like, maybe it kind of feels, I'm hearing sex talk, so that's interesting. Maybe you have to kind of do that secretly, and then when you're actually having sex, you've got to be really quiet. But I also see with the Queen of Wands reversed that this is someone who kind of, I don't know, there's this energy of like, they do this to kind of take the attention off them, but they like to put a lot of attention on you. And I feel like this person maybe, I don't know, someone here is uncomfortable about receiving. I'm hearing touch me not, so that's interesting. I don't know if I like that phrase, but it feels like they they like to give in order to take the attention off themselves. And maybe at other points in the relationship, it becomes a bit more balanced with temperance as the bottom deck energy. But I see that a lot of the focus seems to be on one person here with the Lovers reversed. It's not sort of balanced. A lot of the focus is on one person. Whoever wants to receive will receive. And the other person's kind of like, ooh, I'm not comfortable, so I'm just going to stand back and watch type of energy. Like, please just, it's all about you. Like, I'll give, but I don't need to receive type of energy. Super interesting. So group 3, I'm going to take this into your extended now. I got to cut it there. In the extended, we're going to be looking at channeled messages from your soulmate. I'm going to be doing handwritten channeled messages. I haven't done that in ages. I think I did that for a future spouse reading last. So we're going to be looking at a handwritten channeled message. I'm handwriting it though. I'm sorry, I can't get your soulmate to handwrite it themselves. We're also going to be getting more 18 plus messages. So that's going to be in the extended over on Patreon. If you'd like to join us there, the link will be down below. Otherwise, I hope this was a fun reading for you. I hope it was informative. I hope for some of you it confirmed that you may already know or be with your soulmate as well. Thank you so much for all of your support. Sending you so much love and light, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 4 and welcome. If you chose this beautiful quartz stone, I'm not too sure what else we know about it, but I know that I love the energy it gives me, then this is going to be your reading. So group 4, today is part 2 to our soulmate series. I didn't really intend for it to be a series, but there's so much to learn about such an impactful person in your life, so I decided to do this second part. I am also going to have an extended to this reading. The extended will be on Patreon, but I'll talk more about that at the end. In today's reading, we're going to be getting more in-depth information. It's going to be quite lengthy, so I do recommend that you get some water, get a coffee, get some wine, get a tea or whatever, some snacks, because it's going to be a lengthy reading. We're going to start your reading with first impressions. That's what this card is here. We're going to ask Spirit what your soulmate's first impression of you is, group 4. And then I'm going to be asking about what your soulmate might do for work to sort of help you figure out who this person is. It's been very interesting getting that one because obviously some people change jobs a lot in their lifetime, so it's been very telling. And we're also going to ask how your soulmate will impact your life, and then I'm going to get some 18 plus messages at the end before getting into the extended reading. So it's going to be lengthy. If you haven't seen part 1, I do recommend that you have a look at that video first. There's a lot of information in that video as well. So let's see what your soulmate's first impressions of you are, group 4. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh, this is strong. Look at what you've got. The red jasper, number 5, Mars, sacral chakra, and this is also a fiery energy. Wow. Okay, you have the embodiment of, I want to say, both group 1 and group 2's energy, in the sense of you have this ambitious streak about you where you can do things, you're very determined, but you also have this creative, like feminine flair that really just pulls this goal into a more passionate possession is what I feel. I feel like when you talk about the things that you enjoy, you kind of make your soulmate melt. Like they literally melt in your hands like putty is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. You could just like mold them in your hands, and you don't mean to is what they're saying. Like you do these things because you are determined to do them for yourself, but I really feel like you have such a strong way with your soulmate. And the red jasper is really interesting. You are very unique to them. You stand out to them. They can't not notice you. This person will have their eyes on you as soon as they meet you, whether they say hello to you as soon as you walk in the room or not. Group 4, your soulmate is someone who they just fascinated by you as soon as you walk in. I'm seeing like a lake. I think there's a lake in Michigan where you can get jasper and you can get a bunch of other really cool rocks. I remember seeing this YouTube video like ages ago, but I see this person like swimming in the water, and like there's just all these like regular river stones, you know, that are like the charcoal colors, and you got a bit of white there as well. And then out of nowhere, there's this beautiful red jasper rock, and it's like, it might not even be big, but it just captures this person's attention and they're like trying to swim down to grab it. It really feels like this person, when they first meet you, they're really vying for your attention, group 4. They really want to be in your line of sight. And I don't know how they do that. For some of you, this person may do something that makes you think like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with them? Like, why are they acting like this? Like, they may lose a bit of control there because they're just trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you to notice them in the way that they notice you. For others of you, this person may be comfortable and confident enough to actually just come up to you and say, hey, I saw you from across the room. You're really interesting. My name's so-and-so. I just had to talk to you. But I feel like for a lot of you, this person doesn't do that. I feel like they have a really unconventional way of making themselves seen by you. And it may rub you the wrong way initially. With the Mars on here, I get this energy of like you have a very strong presence and you kind of have a way of commanding the room. I feel like a whole lot of you, whether you mean to or not, when your soulmate first sees you, their first impression is that you have some level of authority over the room that you're in. It could be that you're in a situation where you know a lot of people and they all have like a mutual respect and they give you like a good amount of time to sort of talk and hold the conversation. But your soulmate's first impression is that you seem to hold the room. You have a level of authority and they seem to be this kind of boisterous energy that's trying to sort of get into your line of sight. So listen, they might do this in a way that's a little bit like, are you serious? Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? I'm seeing wrestling for some of you. I don't know how that happens, but it's just this energy of like they're fighting for your attention. And I think that they unfortunately let it get a bit out of hand for some of you. Let's see what your soulmate may do for a living. Let's see what they do for work, hey? I just said living, so that's interesting. I feel like your person may be the kind of person who eventually they spend a lot of their life working to live rather than living to work. Like they really figure out that balance and they really understand how to correct that balance as well. Let us see. I think I've shuffled that enough. Group 4, please, Spirit. What does their soulmate do for work? What does Group 4's soulmate do for work? Okay. Oh my days, you were joking. That always never happens. We got 2 aces, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, which is reversed. Okay. Okay. My days. Let me just keep going. We got the Justice card coming out. This is a very interesting person. We have the Six of Cups and we also have the Devil coming out. Welcome. We also have the Six of Swords at the bottom. Your soulmate is a very interesting energy. There's a lot of balance here and it has to do with the Devil, if I'm honest. Like this kind of balance comes after you have to figure out where rock bottom is. Like I feel like this person has been through some challenges. Group 4, this may not necessarily be where they're at when you meet them, but I see that during your life together, your soulmate is going to be someone who has to really kind of hit a feeling of purposelessness. I don't know how to better word it. It's almost like with the Ace of Cups here, they give up on something that they were potentially, their heart was in. It's like they wanted to do this and their heart was there and then they started doing it and they realized, oh my God, actually I can't do this for the rest of my life. This would eat away at my soul if I have to do this for another day longer. So they seem to switch lanes and they start to focus more on their money. I don't know why, but this seems to be a positive influence towards their general sense of balance, harmony. Like there's so much harmony here and it also gives them a newfound sort of purpose. They are someone who spends a lot of their time working to live. Like they do value their job and they're good at what they do is what Spirit is telling me. But I also feel like they might be someone who's constantly starting new things because they appreciate what they can bring to that role. But more than anything, they just want the money to live. You know, they just want the resources, the means to create the experiences that they want. So I feel like they might have started something when they were younger with the Ace of Cups reversed that they thought they wanted to do, but then they realized their heart wasn't invested in it. And actually there are other things that are worth more than this. It's almost like for some of you, they may have started a trade, and this is just an example, and maybe it was in a family business, and then all of a sudden they decided, you know what, actually I can't do this for the rest of my life. My heart isn't in it, and life is too short to be put through this kind of labor or this kind of pain. I almost feel like it was a very difficult decision for them to make, but it was an unrequited love for them, this job that they were doing when they were younger. So they started started something new here with the Ace of Pentacles, and I feel like you knew them when they started this. I feel like this was either a new project or a new hobby or a new career. They may have undertaken some form of training in order to do this with the Justice card, but I feel like the two of you became partners in this. I feel like with the Justice card coming out, they're kind of pulling you into this scenario and saying that you have a lot to do with them finding their newfound purpose, their new career, this new hobby, this new project, this new way of making money is what they're emphasizing. And I feel like it was an opportunity that potentially they didn't see before they met you. It's like you really helped them solidify this new direction in their life. I want to say that you had a lot to do with them undertaking this, but the Justice card is also saying that the two of you may be partners in this endeavor. So the two of you may take on this business together. And I feel like it becomes a very balanced sort of, what's that word? I'm hearing synergy, like the two of you work really well together. If you don't end up becoming overly involved in the business, you are still a heavy influence in this person's success, and they're very grateful to you for the success that you bring. This person could work in the legal situation as well, like they could be a lawyer, or they could have something to do with standing up for minorities or people who are disadvantaged by social injustices in some way. They could work in the, I want to say, we only have the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords, but I am feeling like they help people somehow. Otherwise, Justice could just indicate that there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of like needing to maintain the books almost. There's this feeling as though they have to process a lot of things in this line of work. So I'm not too sure, even if it's something more physical with the Pentacles, there is a lot of like paperwork that goes into this career, and they're very grateful for your support in doing that. Somehow you really help them in doing that. I also feel with the Six of Cups that this person does feel like this is what they're meant to do. They may have like a false start here with something else when they're younger, but they really do come to love this line of work, and it does have to do with them kind of putting a little piece of them in what they're doing. I feel like they do connect with whoever they're working with, whether they have clients or whether they are someone who offers like a product. You know, it feels like they really have the personable way of doing it, and they're putting a little bit of themselves into every transaction that they make. With the Six of Cups here, there's also this feeling as though this person may have done this in a previous lifetime, and meeting you helped them bring this familiarity back into their life of, wow, that's why I'm unhappy, is because I'm doing the wrong thing. This is what I was meant to do. It's almost like this is a part of this person's personality that they didn't realize until you became a part of their world, which is quite beautiful. They honestly have a very there's a lot of laughing, there's a lot of like warmth, but there's like teasing as well, like holding you and then like teasing you as well, a kind of energy from this person. With the Devil here, I feel like there's something about this line of work that either they end up doing it for a lot longer than they anticipated, or it moves really fast, like especially if they've created their own business, it might grow really quickly and they sort of feel like it's getting away from them. There's something about this that wasn't what they expected, and it's like a guilty pleasure. Like maybe this person is a workaholic, for example, and they told you that they were going to start this business as more of a hobby, and then before you know it, it becomes their whole world. Even if they're only making like, they're just breaking even financially, I feel like this person has workaholic tendencies, group 4, and they seem to really put their heart and soul into what they do. The Devil card is also indicating that you may get pulled into this when you don't want to be. So maybe that's why they're saying they're so grateful for your support. If this person does run their own business, it feels like you're the one who's kind of picking up the pieces after them, because you seem to be good with paperwork, they're saying. So they might ask you to like proofread things, or they might ask you to like submit emails for them, or to like check on the bookkeeping side of things. It feels like this person can't stop working. Like they work even when they're supposed to be sleeping. They're thinking of new strategies and new schemes, and they're very much put their heart and soul into whatever they do here. I feel like they do have this sort of new project that wasn't supposed to be as big as it was, but it grew quite quickly. With the Six of Swords as the bottom deck energy over here, I feel like this person, their business does seem to either create opportunities to expand physically. You guys might travel a lot, or there's this feeling as though they have to learn on the fly. So there's something about this experience where it feels like they have to kind of move quickly. Swords are fast-moving energies, and this Six of Swords gives me this energy of moving away from something quickly. So potentially this is a hobby that takes off, and they have to quit their day job quite quickly, but I kind of feel like you're a part of this process somehow. I don't really know how involved you will be, because this is a general reading. For some of you, you're literally standing with this person and offering them emotional support from the beginning. For others of you, you feel like an inspiration here, a source of, well, if they can do it, I can do it, or I have a reason now to want to be something more than what I'm currently in. It's kind of that energy as well. So let us see how your soulmate's energy will influence or change your life after they come in. Let us see how your soulmate's energy will influence or change your life after they come in, Spirit. Group 4. How does Group 4's soulmate influence or change their life? How does Group 4's soulmate influence or change their life? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. We have the crone coming out. Oh my gosh. This person makes you feel a lot older than you actually are, okay? They really put you through it, but they have so much love for you, and there's just this precious little sanctuary. The two of you may take a lot of romantic getaways together. You may take a lot of time out together. I feel like you guys like to nest, whether you're on holidays to do that or whether you're just at home. I feel like you like just nesting and sort of being sort of quiet, and this came out for one of the other groups as well, just sort of turning the phones off and living in your own little dream world for a couple of hours or for a couple of days. We have the prayer as well coming out for you. I'm going to get some more cards. How does Group 4's soulmate change or influence their life? Yeah, I'm hearing you would do anything for this person. I feel like they are such an impactful, it's too many, I'm going to shuffle it again. They are such an impactful energy for you, Group 4. You're not expecting them in that way, like you don't expect to feel this much for them, but you would do anything for this person. You really would. They're such an important person in your life, and you really do value their support just as they value yours. Group 4, please, Spirit. How does Group 4's soulmate change or impact their life? One more, please, and then I'll call it. And the bottom deck energy too, please. Thank you. We have the keys. Oh, I think I love your energy. You might be my favorite group. Don't tell the others. I mean, listen, I love doing soulmate readings because the energy is generally just, oh, I could bask in it. I could bathe in it. If we could like fill a bottle of soulmate energy, imagine, I would just bathe in it every day. That's incredible. We have the Father coming out for you. We have the Queen. We have the Desert. And we also have the Kiss, which was your bottom deck energy, which I did show you before. So listen, what I'm seeing here is there's a lot of like, you're my person. I waited my whole life to meet you. And for some of you, this person's energy is like, I feel like I've waited lifetimes to see you. Like, I don't know why this didn't come out in other groups, but for you guys, you may have had a past life with this person, and potentially your love story was cut short in another life. I'm hearing that it could have been due to social differences. In a past life, you had a tragic ending where it felt like you'd never got to sort of live out that life that you wanted together. So it's almost like I'm hearing that beautiful song, Have I Found You, Flightless Bird. It really feels like this person has searched for you through lifetimes to have this happy ending, this beautiful moment of togetherness, because all they ever wanted was to share a life with you. And I honestly feel this really wholesome, deep love. Like soulmates are familiar, kindred spirits in a way. Like there's a familiarity there of nurturing and kindness and love and support, but you guys do run deep. You guys have history together. With the crone coming out, you do know this person from previous lifetimes, and I feel like your experiences in this lifetime with them ages you very quickly. Some of you may spiritually awaken because of this. Some of you may become more aware of some of the harsher realities of this world. For example, if this is, I was picking up on social differences, you may experience social discrimination in some way as well because of this relationship. But I feel like there's this sense of slightly being jaded by how society sees your relationship. It also just promotes this inner sense of wisdom, knowledge, and I see you being in this place of like mysticism because of your person's influence in your life. They help you grow and develop very quickly. You seem to age very quickly in this relationship. And when I'm saying that, I'm not talking about, getting gray hair quickly, getting wrinkles quickly. I'm talking about like you as an emotional, spiritual being. Your energy develops very quickly. It's like this person unlocks the DNA sequence in your genes that helps you remember who you were in previous lifetimes. You start to just grow and learn very quickly. It's this feeling of like potentially this person entering your life helps you remember like things that you were good at in other lives. And for some of you, you may have been some sort of crone, you could have been some sort of guru or spiritual gatekeeper of knowledge. And I see that this person's presence in your life activates that part of your ancestral DNA. With the heart coming out, there is so much love and adoration in this connection, and I feel like this person shows you a version of love that you are yet to experience. There's something very unique about this. It's very special. It's worth protecting. It's worth treasuring. It's worth honoring, and it really unlocks this beautiful, calm, still protective yet adoring space within you. And it's more than your heart. It literally feels like this beautiful space within you. And I almost want to cry for you, because I feel like you have waited lifetimes to have this moment, whether it lasts for 5 minutes or like 50 years together. It's this beautiful feeling of like, I've finally found you. And I feel like the two of you do steal these private moments with one another. Like you kind of like to disappear from other people. It could be because of, the social discrimination that I was picking up on. For whatever reason, this may be a relationship that isn't well received by the wider community or by your close community, but regardless of whether that's a challenge or not, it does feel like the two of you just have this beautiful, special place for one another within each other, and it's bigger than your heart. It's literally just your two energies fusing together and holding each other and supporting each other and loving each other. There is so much unconditional love here, and I feel like that's why your person, as soon as they see you, however confident and intimidating you appear, there's so much desire to know you, and something in them tells them, I have to get that person's attention. I can't let them not notice me. With the prayer over here, I see that your person influences you by reinstilling a level of hope and faith. It could be linked to your spirituality, but more than anything, it's just this feeling of, wow, true love does exist. You kind of find your purpose because of this person. Like you have a reason to want to wake up every day, to want to do what you do in this lifetime every day. I really feel like there's a reinstilling of hope and faith with the prayer. I feel like this person may be a prayer answered for a lot of you. Maybe you spent a long time manifesting this kind of love. Maybe you spent a long time asking for someone like this, unsure of what they were going to look like, but you knew what their energy was supposed to be like. There's something about this person kind of helps you believe again. With the Father coming out, I feel like there is a protective energy here, and there is this feeling of polarity. I want to say polarity in terms of physical energy, but there is a lot of synergy here in terms of like your spiritual and emotional needs. While the two of you may look very different, there is this feeling of you do have this way of mirroring and not necessarily completing, but reflecting the best qualities and the worst qualities in one another. So it does feel like this is the kind of person who literally is a part of your tree, like your soul tribe. You feel like they are someone who you have definitely known before, and you see yourself in them in ways that they see themselves in you. I feel like the two of you do want to protect one another. The Father here is saying that there is this feeling of you versus the world at times. I feel like maybe you need to be this kind of energy because you don't have somebody else doing that for you as a father would potentially. It also just feels like there's this energy of standing firm and standing strong. So potentially this person's presence in your life has influenced you to be more masculine and assertive where necessary. You have these beautiful feminine qualities within you, but I see that this person's influence in your life sort of creates more, there's a sturdiness about you that can't be swayed and changed. Potentially they help you stand up for yourself more towards people who may have taken advantage of you in the past. You seem to have better boundaries with this person because you have their support in the actions that you take and in the boundaries that you set for yourself. I see this person being a very strong, reliable person in your life. We have the Queen here coming out as well. So there is a sense of regalness here with the Queen, knowing your worth and stepping into your power, claiming your throne is what I heard for you. I feel like the Queen is saying that you kind of had to become everything that you may have been looking for in this lifetime. Maybe you were the kind of person who just wanted to be protected and you wanted a sugar daddy when you were younger, you know, or maybe you wanted someone to rescue you from your situation when you were younger. You probably wished upon a star and told the universe that you just wish anybody tonight would take you away from your life. But I feel like you became everything that you wanted with the Queen, and I feel like this person's influenced your life, your soulmate influenced your life by kind of showing this to you, by revealing how developed you are and how worthy you are and how strong you are and how precious you are as well with the Queen here. There is a precious energy of this royalty energy, and I feel like you have a lot of influence around your situation. I don't know how. There's a feeling of being defensive and protective, but also like there's an element of people look up to you with the Queen here and the Father. People look up to you. You definitely have a level of authority about you that people admire. And I feel like your soulmate really shows that to you as well. They reinstill this by telling you and showing you how much they respect you and look up to you and how much other people respect you and look up to you. The kiss as your bottom deck energy is really just showing me the intimacy in your relationship. The two of you really do have a very intimate connection. There's a lot of passion here, but there is so much love. And I feel like this person loves touching you, honestly. I feel like this is the kind of person that does want to just touch you somehow, whether they're holding your hand or whether they just kind of do this, is what I feel. I feel like this is the kind of person who would just like stroke you with their thumb when they're sitting next to you type of energy. They just like touching you. They love the way that your skin makes them feel. I feel like they just really love everything about you. There's something about the way that you tickle their senses. So I feel like they love the way you smell, they love the way you taste, they love your voice, they love the way you walk, you look. They love the way that, you know, you seem to just light the room up is what they're saying. I feel like with the desert coming out here, this person changed and influenced your life by kind of bringing some sense of like, I don't know, the desert when it comes out, it feels barren to me. It tells me that either somebody has been in a period of feeling barren for quite some time. Potentially there was a long gap between relationships before this person came into your life, or you just kind of lost hope in having meaningful relationships again. There's a feeling here of like you didn't realize how lost you were until this person found you, or you didn't realize how empty you were until this person showed you how much you have to fill, you know. And it's not to say that you were a void before this person, but there's this feeling of like really just realizing things about yourself and knowing that there's so much potential within you, as well as there's so much unused space within you as well, like so much more to give. You have so much more love, you have so much more purpose, you have so much more power, you have so much more respect, you have so much more to you than you're aware of. You aren't just this barren desert anymore. These hands look to me as though they're praying, and it does make me think that this person helped you see purpose, hope, and faith again in your life. So it's a very beautiful energy. I'm going to get some charms to see if there's anything that I've missed. Group 4, please, Spirit. How has their soulmate, let's not say person, how has their soulmate changed and influenced their life? How will Group 4's soulmate change and influence their life, please? Okay, that's interesting. Anything else? All right. Okay, they kind of went everywhere, so let me just bring them back together. That's nice. I like that. Oops. Yeah, this person teaches you to be selfish again. For some of you, you really struggle to be selfish in the best ways. Maybe you are this authoritative, sort of respected person, but you struggle to have selfish boundaries in the best ways. This person helps you do that, and they tell you that it's okay to do that. They remind you that no is a complete sentence. I feel like you know these things, but you struggle to follow up with actions. You struggle to, what is that phrase that I always can't articulate in these readings? Preach what you do, what you preach. Oh, I'm terrible. You guys are going to bombard the comments again with the correct saying, but I still can't remember it. You are what you preach. I don't know. Anyway, moving forward with these beautiful charmies, we can see with the bottle cap here being open, I feel like this person helps you express yourself. They help you live your authentic, true self. I feel like the two of you have a lot of fun moments together over beverages as well. Like you make every experience feel so much more treasured. This is someone who they work to live, and I feel like they try to embody that in everything that they do, and they really bring that into your life as well. It's not about hustling to survive, it's about living, working to live. And I feel like this person does that, whether it's, having a spontaneous beer down at some unseen pier that you've never been to before, or simply waiting in traffic and singing your favorite songs at the top of your lungs just because that situation is worth remembering. They have a beautiful optimism to them, and they love to make you laugh and smile. This person adores you. Now, there is a lot of sexual energy here with the snake charm. Oh my days. And for that to land near the devil, like it was just over here, I just put it on the devil card. Your person is incredibly sexually attracted to you from the moment that they see you with all of this fiery energy, and that passion never dies. No matter how you change physically, this is someone who is attracted to your soul. They see you for who you are. With these two clarity charms landing over the crone, they see you for who you are. They recognize you for who you are energetically. Your physical body is just the vessel that you're using in this lifetime. This person is attracted to you as a being, you as a vibration, you as an energy frequency in this lifetime. They honestly just want to jump your bones all the time. Now, I see that this person changes your life by kind of really teaching you unconditional love. And listen, for this charm to fall out like that, it may be in a way that you weren't hoping for in this lifetime. I've got to be honest with you. This is my third party charm. So potentially this person comes in and they show you how to love unconditionally by kind of giving you a tough lesson. And I'm only saying that if it resonates. You guys will know this. It doesn't have to be that tough for a lot of you, but I do feel like this person does show you how to love unconditionally. And the main ways that we are taught these things is by having to learn in very difficult ways. Sometimes it is in a third party way. This person is apparently workaholic as well, so it could be in the sense of they seem to be married to their job when you first meet them, and then you kind of show them that life is worth living, not working for. So I do feel like there's an element here of you are shown how to love someone unconditionally through this relationship. And in the beginning, it may not be easy. It may be a very challenging experience for you, but you do overcome it. There is so much synergy here. There's so much love here on both sides. It's very balanced. Now, I want to say that your soulmate really does appreciate you, and I feel like they are going to show this to you in any way that they can with that beautiful charm of affection. I feel like this is the kind of person that likes buying you gifts. Group 4, they like to physically show you how much they love you and value you. I also feel like they change you by kind of showing you this within yourself. And I don't think that it's about who can buy the most expensive gift here. I think it's about who can create the most memorable experience here. So there is a competitive energy in your relationship of the two of you trying to outdo each other. But I want to pay attention to the fact that we have a lot of synergy here. We have 2 clarity charms and we have 2 signs charms. So I feel like this person really sees you for who you are, and you see them for who they are. And I also feel like you two are meant to come together in this lifetime. There's this feeling of like you are my person and I'm your person. I feel like you have this person's heart from the moment they see you. And it's literally like, I saw this beautiful quote saying, I didn't love you from the moment I saw you because I have always loved you. It's that feeling, with the rock here. I do feel like they become a very loyal, dependable person in your life. And I feel like you do fall on each other at times of, hardship to really pull through those challenges. This kind of landed on the Queen. So I feel like this person shows you through physical signs how much they respect you. And I also feel like they do help you become more unified within yourself as well. I feel like you help each other through some sort of legal matter with this. It's like you save them is what I feel, and I feel like they saved you as well. The two of you may have helped each other break out of the matrix, so to speak. You may lead very unconventional lifestyles that don't sort of fall in line with the sheeple. I do feel like the two of you save each other somehow, and with this charm falling out on the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this person influences your life by showing you what truly matters. It's like they give you a new opportunity, a new lease on life, and I feel like this is a very intuitive spiritual step for you. It has something to do with you stepping into your spiritual beliefs and that level of faith again, faith in yourself, faith in the universe. You are definitely a spiritual person, and you may form a spiritual practice after this person enters your life. I feel like you get closer to source and you learn how to trust yourself again. I feel like this person kind of shows you what has been bottling up under the surface, good and bad. I want to say there's a sort of feeling of shadows coming out and being revealed as well, but I feel like overall it releases so much pure unconditional love from within as well. Now, what have I missed over here? We have missed the coin laundry charm. So I feel like this person sort of brings up some laundry from the past that you weren't expecting to resurface. I feel like this person, with that landing over the Six of Cups, they may come into your life earlier on in your life, and you don't sort of come into union until later in your life. There's a feeling of dirty laundry here. And for the fact that it's surfaced on the Six of Cups, it's a familiarity. It's not like a dirty laundry as, ew, I didn't want people to see what clothes I'd been wearing last week and what they smell like now. It's actually a feeling of, hey, I know you. I wore you last week. Are you clean enough to wear again type of energy? I don't know. That's a horrible way of wording it, but you're almost pleasantly surprised at the fact that they re-enter and resurface in your life. It's not like a horrible, dirty surprise. It's like a, hey, you're familiar energy. That's probably the worst way to describe it, but we also had hiding over here, which I didn't see before, my sour charm, and that's interesting. I feel like this person is, you're very protective of one another, okay? There could be feelings of jealousy, but I'm not feeling that strongly. I feel overall unconditional love here, but I do feel an energy of being soured up for some reason. There's a feeling of protecting, and potentially there's a sweetness about you that this person wants to protect. I feel like they show you how to be more stern with the father here, more kind of sour, more boundaries orientated, more consistent with your boundaries potentially. You have such a soft, supple nature to you is what they're saying, that they kind of, their presence in your life teaches you to be more sour at times, because not everybody is deserving of that energy that you give. Now, we have Made with Care in Wonderland, so I see that you dream and fantasize about this person for a long time before they actually appear in your life. It helps you recognize who they are. You've dreamt of them before. You've felt them before. Your heart seems to be with them already. Whether you know them or not, your heart is invested in finding them in this lifetime. So to close your reading really quickly, let's get some 18 plus messages. What is Group 4's intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? Or what is their sex life going to be like? It was very interesting reading for Group 3. I found out that they're very private people, apparently, and that I was intruding by asking them what their sex life is going to be like. So Group 4, please, Spirit, what is their sex life with their soulmate going to be like? What is their intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? Excuse me, I'm going to have to shuffle that again. What is their intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? We have the Knave of Chalices, Page of Cups, okay. Juicy, literally. I feel like this person, when they make love to you, because it is making love, Group 4, they make you feel like you're young again. Like throughout your whole lifetime, this sex with your soulmate just sets you back to your like teenage years. You feel so like, you know that Katy Perry song, Teenage Dream? You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream, the way you turn me on. My heart screams, I can't get enough. I don't think that's the lyric, but anyway, it feels like the two of you just, there's this beautiful playfulness, and I feel like you like whispering sweet nothings in each other's ears. I feel like it's those moments where they're just sort of doing this, and then all of a sudden they might just like kiss you really softly on your neck or on your shoulder, and they just love holding you as well, is what I get. Like this person just loves holding you and cuddling up to you, and it's those moments that are just as valued as the actual sex. Like there's a lot of intimate moments here, and I honestly feel like Group 4, and I'm gonna cry, but I feel like, oh my gosh, a lot of this has to do with the fact that in a past life, the two of you never got this opportunity. Oh, I can't believe I'm crying. I feel like this has to do with the fact that in a past life, group 4, your love story was cut short due to social differences, due to an injustice. I feel like either this person was of a different skin color to you and it just wasn't socially acceptable in that time, or potentially you were of different castes, or like so there's some sort of social difference here. And in a past life, your love story was cut short. So there's all these intimate moments of simply holding each other and looking into each other's eyes in public, because you're allowed to display this type of affection. Like, you're not being overt in pushing each other's tongues down each other's throats, but to be able to like hold hands. Oh my days, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna keep going. Group 4, please, Spirit. What is their intimate moments with their soulmate going to be like? We have the 5 of Swords coming out. Yes, it's like I've waited lifetimes to do this with you. This card upright is success with possible social misfortune. When it's in the reverse, it's like this person doesn't care. You guys were reincarnated at the perfect time to be able to have this kind of love. It doesn't matter what you look like. With the Ace of Cups coming out reversed, it's like there are so many moments that aren't about sex that are just as valued and treasured. And I feel like if there's a heavy focus here on involving love in the situation, it's almost like this person is very selfless with their love as well. Potentially in the past, they were of a higher like social standing, and they had to live with the regret of letting something terrible happen to you because of, like, I don't know, it's weird that I'm channeling a past life energy now. I don't know where that happened, but channeling isn't always in the right reality as well. Sometimes you cross over through different timelines, but I do feel like this person almost feels like they have to make up for something with the Ace of Cups reverse. They're very selfless here. They almost want to give to you when it comes to sex, and when it comes to how the two of you make love, because it is a lot about making love. I feel like this person thinks about your needs first. They physically want to put you first. It's all about sort of making up something to you. With the Knight of Pentacles coming out reversed, I feel like some of this happens in a way that either, I don't know, it's been a long time coming, or it never seems to last long enough, is what they're telling me. It's almost like that you two could just get lost in each other for as long as you could. Like, if timelines didn't exist, if jobs didn't exist, is what they're saying, they would just be inside you or around you for the rest of their days. But it's like they can't get enough of you. They have to cut it short every time with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. With the Hermit reversed, I feel like it is about just holding each other. It is about having that intimate moment together. It is about just connecting on a soul level. I feel like this person values the guidance that they get from you, and they try to make it up to you in the bedroom. Like, I don't know if they struggle to talk to you, to really truly tell you how much they feel for you, but making love is one of the ways that they try to do that. What else can you tell us about their sex life? We have, to end your reading, the 5 of Pentacles. So there is that feeling of making up for lost time, and I feel like your intimate moments together are really about just making love in any way possible, touching, holding, smelling, kissing, tasting, feeling. It's just about making up for lost time. And it is this beautiful energy of like, I remember you and I will cherish you now for as long as I can. Wow, I can't believe I nearly cried here. The Hierophant is your bottom deck energy. Yes, there's so much love and respect here. And this person, low-key, they have a dragon inside them that just like comes to life around you. Like they, oh my God, they can't get enough of you. Like they always feel like they have to cut this session short when it comes to sex with you, group 4, because they could just devour you in this way. They're honestly so attracted to you, and it's not your physical body. Like, yes, this is the vessel you choose to inhabit in this lifetime, but it's your energy. They just can't get enough of you. So group 4, that's what I see for you. I think you were my longest reading. I hope this was interesting. It's still a general reading, so please only take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you. I'm going to take this into the extended now. Speaking of taking, in the extended, what we're doing is we're looking at channeled messages from your soulmate. I will be writing handwritten notes where I'll be channeling energy from each of the group's soulmates, and I'm going to also be pulling more juicy bits, more 18 plus stuff to get more of that juicy information. So it's definitely not going to be as long as this reading, but it is going to be juicy. If you'd like to join us there, the link to our Patreon community is down below. Otherwise, I hope that this this reading was very fun, very informative for you. I hope it gave you information on who this person potentially is. You may have already met them, for example, with the Six of Cups. Look after your beautiful self. Only take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!